Hi.
Wink, wink. Hey, hey. What's up? Hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding. You missed it. JD was like, I put that here in case you wanted to play with it, but he was talking about this. Anyway,
Yep.
It's another Wednesday with some shelf gravy fun. Chan, JD. Let's see who else is with us.
What's up, folks?
Mr. Mike.
What's up, Mike?
And Mr. Matt is with us again.
Greetings and salutations.
And of course, our man with the plan, pushing the buttons.
Oh, yeah.
What's
up?
How's everybody doing? Good?
Good.
Great.
Good.
Good.
Good. Happy to be in the new year?
It's been a while.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep, it's been a hot minute.
It's my first time. Be gentle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody working on stuff tonight?
Yeah.
Mike, what are you working on?
I have some options and some advice to ask you guys, actually.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Start with this guy, and the chat can pipe in too. So I made these guys,
Whoa.
but I never put hard coat on his tentacles, and I'm kind of thinking that might look better if I do. So if I do that, do you think I should paint just the tentacles or the whole head too?
You said doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Is his body painted with the iron coat?
No.
Okay.
So it's all like kind of like a maybe like a matte finish now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably just leave his body as is, but his head would be gloss. And I'm trying to think if that would be funny looking or not, or should I paint the whole thing or what? Any thoughts?
This is a good question.
Well, the iron coat will give it a wet look.
Yes. I know that.
Yeah.
I just don't want the head to be wet and the body to be dry and like, I guess I better paint the whole damn thing wet.
I think that's what's going to end up happening, Mike.
Yeah, probably.
Who was bitching that I'm in the fucking on the show? I saw that flash up on my telephone. Like, I see you.
E Prime.
EE Prime.
Man, fucking.
Not Matt again.
Who else? What is
Man, fucking New York fucking trash. Anyway,
Oh.
I feel like you're going to either.
Go ahead.
I feel like you're going to do either the tentacles or the head, and then I think it's just you're going to end up hard coating the whole thing. I think if you did the tentacle, I would do the tentacles, and then see how you're feeling. But I just have the sneaking suspicion my man's going to get slimy.
I do think the tentacles should definitely get some iron coat. I do. And maybe
Or
like
even
fade out, like start heavy at the tips and then fade out.
Yeah, blend it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or you could do the bottoms, like the bottoms of the tentacles.
Yeah.
Then it would be on his chest then too.
I'm going to add a little bit of corrosion on his armor.
Whoa.
And some of that, what's this called? Did JD turn me on to the Nihilaka oxide?
Uh-huh.
Whatever the hell that is.
The oxide stuff.
Yeah, oxide stuff. I'll splatter a little bit of that on him.
Mike, the pauldrons on that figure that you just held up there, did you add those spikes to that?
Yeah, I just sharpened up some pieces of plastic.
That's so
glued them
great.
on.
Wow.
Nice.
I put some little these are actually glow sights for a shotgun that I had extra, and I drilled holes in the back of his head, so he's got light piping.
Look.
Nice.
It's the only one I did it to. Here, let me see.
I like it.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
wow.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow, man. That's
it's hard to see with the shitty cam that I have, but
you can see it pretty good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the real question that begs to be asked, Mike, is how many shotguns do you just have disassembled where you're just like, oh, I'm going to take Like, are you sitting on a fucking arsenal up there, Hoss?
No, they usually
Probably.
come with a kit that has like a whole bunch of different options. For it.
Okay.
No, they have different colors. You can choose like green or red or whatever.
Right.
I had some
Huh.
extras.
Very cool.
Shotguns, you just kind of point and shoot anyway. You don't really
Uh-huh.
aim too much.
In general
Scatter.
direction.
Scatter guns.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
That's
Beansy,
about
what are
it.
you working on?
I guess who I picked up? Fucking Chewbacca Wookie Man. Like he's been sitting on my desk, and I just gotta fucking finish him. Yeah.
Chewbacca Wookie man.
Chewbacca Wookie Man.
Now he's going to be a bounty hunter, right?
Well, yeah, he's gonna be something. Like I'm debating on doing my own Star Wars crew, and it's just up until recently, I was kind of like, I'm fucking done with this shit. Sell it, sell.
Matt, do you
Yeah.
need any fodder for your Star Wars crew? Blah, blah, blah.
I could use some heavy. Like I need some weapons. I got some stuff. I got my Fat Boy Mando that I got to pull apart and do like a 100% like resto mod, I guess you would call it,
Okay.
like from the floor up. But I think I'm good with actual figures.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I just need like some weapons. Like
Oh.
I don't know, like Chat Squad. Like where would you just purchase fucking Black Series weapons?
Do you like the weapons that the Gamorrean guards come with? They're like axes and staffs and that kind of shit? Or
No, I'm looking for more like I'm gonna keep it in the Star Wars pocket. Like I'm looking for like some heavy blaster type shit. You know.
Now, do they have to be sci-fi looking, or do they?
Sci-fi-ish. I mean, if
Yeah.
I have to do some puttying and fucking around, you know, I'm all about fucking around.
You're not looking for like M16s or anything like that.
No. I want it to fit in that Star Wars pocket.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm working on. What about you, lovely folks? The lovely couple.
Oh, I'm working on things.
What are you working on,
Brian?
Working on.
So, in the spirit of the new decade, new me, I picked up some makeup brushes.
Whoa.
Are you
But-
giving yourself a makeover?
Not me, but let's just say I'm removing some makeup from some of my figures. So, for those of you who follow the channel, I put these shelves up 2 years ago, I guess. Has it been?
Something like that.
Almost 3 years? Well, I've never dusted anything, so it's time to get down to business.
What is
Oh,
that
boy.
thing?
So this
Ooh.
is like this duster I got, and
That's
it really,
cool.
really works well.
It looks like a
Yeah.
Muppet.
It
Dude,
does.
it's
Yeah,
it does.
That's
on Freckle Rock character.
Woman.
cool.
So yeah, and I was reading that you can use makeup brushes to get in the crevices and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I've used one of them already, and it works out pretty well. But this thing really works good. So and it's really quick too. So if you once you do your deep clean, you can just run around with this, for like maybe a few minutes every week, and keep that stuff kind of
really like
clean.
to know where you got that because I want one.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good news, Chan.
What's that? Whoa!
There was buy one get one at Amazon, sorta. So
Cool.
you might have one in your future here soon.
Surprise!
Uh-oh.
Surprise!
Surprise.
I love.
Wait. I'm sorry. Do you see this sticker?
Oh,
Oh, do not separate.
I guess they'll get one.
darn!
Too bad.
No
Too
Muppet
bad.
duster for me. I wanted to put googly eyes on that
I
motherfucker.
knew that
Yeah.
was coming.
I want to walk around and be like, mana. But that's cool. That's cool. So you're going to be working on dusting your collection.
Yeah, a few items. Turns out some of them aren't as bad as I thought, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna be doing. Just
Cool.
going around doing some dusting.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, what about you? What are you working on?
I'm gonna work on this cup of coffee and watching you and trying to figure out what you're doing.
Looking all sweet and sexy.
Oh, thanks. You're super nice.
That's what she's gonna work on.
Okay. I put chocolate syrup in my coffee and it's really tasty right now. So I'm
Heresy. Heresy.
Sounds great.
I don't want to hear it. It's amazing.
Heresy. Heresy.
It's after dinner coffee. It's really good. It's dessert coffee. What are you working on?
Well, I'm kind of
Nervous about that?
yeah.
Oh,
Do it.
Uh-oh.
Nervous.
So
Nervous.
get that gravy cam.
Whoa. That's pretty awesome.
Whoa.
This has all kinds of little, like you can't even see the stuff that's up on top of the head, but there's
So
all
much.
types of detail on this thing. And
Oh yeah, you can see. You just like you had it in the camera such a way I could see like all around the bottom edge of that thing. There's
Oh,
like
wow.
I mean, some of it you can't, like you really can't see.
No, they're right there. Wow, look at these.
oh yeah. Look at
Hold
that.
on.
Just for the record, I think we should be able to get in on the contest today. What do you say, Matt?
Wow.
Holy,
So
holy shit.
is that like a is that a skeleton or is it like a petrified face? Like is there skin on there or is it bone? Like you know what I mean? Like I can't
It's like
tell.
a zombie jackal or something.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
looks a
so,
little
like-
bit like a
You can kind of see like striations around the jaw.
Uh-huh,
some
okay.
skin or
I'm
flesh
getting
of some sort.
I'm getting real Egyptian Anubis vibes.
Yes, like
yeah.
Mhm.
here, there's all kinds of striations here.
Mm.
Underneath the cheekbone, there's all kinds of. It's really hard to see it.
That's okay. As you go, the details will start to come out. Yeah, that's gonna take
Yeah,
a lot of gravy.
gravy.
lot of gravy.
Extra sauce on them shits.
Yeah.
mhm.
Makes you think
So-
of Power Slave, Iron Maiden.
Mhm.
Yep.
So this is already primed, right?
Yeah.
With what?
Army Builder, the Necrotic Flesh primer.
Which is just kind of like a beige, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's kind of like a greenish hue to it almost.
Mm.
So what are you gonna do? A lot of gold? A lot of how are you gonna handle this?
So I got a ton of colors sitting here. Golds, blues, greens. The blue and the green I'll probably make like a turquoise color.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll just leave it blue. I'm trying to think of like Egyptian sort of colors.
Yeah, I'm trying to harness my memories of Stargate.
Yeah.
Blues
Yeah.
and yellows.
Blues, yellows, golds.
I don't want to do that to you, JD. Like yellow is. Oof.
We've got the
I got
interior of the ear, and
Yeah.
we need a color for that gemstone.
Yep.
That's
The gemstone I was thinking red just because that'll
Ooh.
pop really good. But yeah, lots of I mean, I really wish the camera was better.
Drew says
There's all kinds. There's like a sundial here, and all kinds of stripes and parts that are sectioned out.
Drew says since he's undead, go with darker colors.
Yeah, would he be like a gray dog or a brown dog?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna leave this up to the chat since we're gonna give it away anyway.
Yeah, start tossing some colors in, guys. Let us know what you think. What do you?
I can imagine.
Oh, you got a good focus right there. Wow.
I can imagine like so you can see like little tiny ridges here.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of design in all of that around the rim. This thing's fucking insane. But
so would you perhaps like have the the detail be one color, like kind of, and then you wash a main color over on top of them? Or I don't know, I'm really kind of curious to see what you're going to do here.
Well,
now this is Mythic, of course, right?
Yes, this was provided by Mr. Post from MAFC, my action figure customs. So
it fits on a Mythic body. So what body would you imagine? Would it be? I wouldn't expect to be a barbarian, but would you paint it purple and make it for purpler, or kind of give him a?
I'd almost go with a 2.0 body for that.
All right. Okay.
he's like the skinny.
Yeah, he's kind of skeletal.
Oh, so then the options don't really matter then, because you could give him like an elf builder body, like the elf,
Sure.
or even stick him on
One of the
like an iron knight or something like that.
or Iron Knight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're all over the place here. It sounds like KJ says, "Do what you feel, you're the artist." So, I mean, that's cool. Jimmy says gray. Drew says a black body would probably be a better deal. EE, what do you mean? Drow skin toned.
Black.
Drow skin toned.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Drow.
yeah, like almost like black purple.
Like Drizzt.
That's
So,
fun.
yeah,
Blurple.
it's so black, it's purple. You know what I mean?
Blurple.
Blurple.
Make him blurple.
Blurple.
So what color would you make his helmet, you think?
Well, whites, golds, blues, yellows.
Yep,
Blues and yellows. Okay.
So what I can see you doing here is like putting all of the color in and then going back over it with like a wash and all of the damage
Crevasses.
and the bullshit to make it look old and messed up. Is that your intention?
Probably.
Right on.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I'm winging it.
Yeah,
I'm always
KJ's
winging
right. It does need some turquoise in there too.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Well, I mean, there's only one way to do this, and that's just to kind of get
so-
moving.
So do you think
Yeah.
perhaps putting him on an elf builder like this?
Mm,
Like a
It could
2.0?
work.
it could work. Yeah.
I don't know. When I think of Egyptian, I don't think of like I feel like he needs to be shirtless with some fucking undead nips lurking. You know what I mean?
What's the one? You and I both love this one. It's got like the weird helmet with like the mesh in the front. Which one is that?
Grisha, the Slitherer.
No, the
No.
other one. We were just
The
talking
big
about.
gladiator type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
no.
think if you guys put it on a gladiator, if it was mine, I'd do a gladiator body.
Which
you know,
one?
that would-
The one that has the cool helmet, the round helmet.
Yeah, the big
What
like
the
it
hell
looks
is
like a
it?
diver's helmet almost.
What's his name?
Something.
Oh, yeah.
His body would be perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get him.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Hold on, I
Nep-
got it right here.
Neptunius.
It's Calvius?
Clavius.
Calavius.
Show us the
That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah. That's the one. It would look. He would probably fit
Yeah.
that body. I feel the best
Yeah. that
because
would
of
look good.
the armor and just like the bare body kind
Yeah,
of
he's
deal.
already got a dark color on his body too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got 3 of those right there.
Flex on him, Mike.
How many do you got? Stacks, is that what you said?
3 of that one. So
Right on.
I took your idea, Chan, and I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah.
I just got the end of his tentacles really good and kind of blended it up, and I think I'm going to call it good. It's
Yeah.
probably hard to see, but
Just
does
hold it
look a
still
little-
for a second.
sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. So I think that did it. I mean, I think you don't need to go up any further than that.
Yeah, I like that.
Very cool.
Cool.
Sometimes less is more, you know.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, this is gonna look cool. I'm actually pretty excited to see where he takes this thing. It's pretty wild.
Gonna take it to the next level.
That's right, Drew. I got a library of unopened figures.
It's okay. We do too.
way too many. I didn't. The last pre-order, I didn't do too well either on exercising willpower.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
I
Dude,
just
there's
got that.
so many mythics in the wind right now. Like
You're never gonna buy it again for $35. Buy as many
No?
as you can.
Yeah,
when are
that's the one I would use.
what's next? All Stars, right?
Yeah.
So
All
that's
Where's
Stars
my
3?
no? What? These people are pissing me off. These
Yeah.
fucking mythic people.
Uh-oh.
Where's my
Matt gets
fucking
triggered.
old boy orc?
That is the one I would use. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I brought a skeleton down too.
So if you pop that head off, does that one suit well? Like if you...
I mean, I don't want to take it off the post.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
But I think it would work.
It's got that Egyptian, Mediterranean fucking tzatziki sauce feel.
Yeah.
it's that Aquaman
Aquaman.
Triton that he has there.
That is a fucking cool helmet, though.
It is.
Mhm.
I love it.
Got a little skull on the crest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there a face behind that, or is it just a helmet and it's like painted?
No, it's just the helmet. If I
Okay.
can pry it off here. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. All right.
But it's got like there's something kind of creepy about it, but not at the same time. Like it's just really
Okay.
neat.
All
I
right.
like it.
So
Might be able to work with some of that, huh?
yeah.
Cool. There we go. Very nice. So is that where you're gonna start, like with the face in
I'm
that
gonna start
direction?
with that, and
Okay.
then
Skin tone.
skin tones.
Skin tone. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Like I'm not super all like I pre-ordered the fucking old boy orc with the beard, and like where is he? Like where is he? Like I've been waiting.
Who's
Every-
old boy orc with the beard?
Yeah. What's what?
Oh, you're talking. I know what we're talking about. It's the green one.
Yeah.
From the Aether wave. That should be a couple months at the most from now, I think, maybe.
Should be shipping out soon.
Yeah.
But it's All Stars before that, right? With
Yeah, I
the
think so,
Hordak
yeah.
and the She-Ra and the
Yeah.
whomever else.
According to the Cabal news, that should be next.
Dude, I don't even know what I have coming. This is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. E Prime. That one.
Valve work. I'll look him up.
Now, are they? Is it true that they're doing like a sci-fi type shit?
Cosmic
Yes.
Legions.
Like what? I wonder. I'm kind of interested to see what that's all
Yeah,
about.
oh, dude, I can't wait for that. That's gonna ruin me.
Mike's gonna have to be fucking working
I'm
3
already-
jobs.
I'm already selling off my Legends collection right now, and I like my Legends collection.
Oh boy.
I'm not even on the camera.
Mm-mm. If
So
it's too
I
far
have-
away, pull it closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it closer.
I have some kind of desires for that. Like I'm not looking for orcs in space, you know? Like I'd like to see if they're gonna do actual like spacemen type things. Like, I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping they veer towards like some Lovecraftian
Yeah.
type, sci-fi sort of really bizarre stuff,
It'll be interesting. There's a lot of directions they could go with it. It'll probably be like for me, like I'll see one figure that I like, and I'll be like, oh, I'll grab that guy. Or
By the way, this is the one that Matt's talking
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
that's
him.
cool.
Where is he?
about.
Where is he? I feel like I ordered that motherfucker like a year ago, and fucking Metropolis is straight fucking me in the butthole.
Oh,
No, they just haven't.
No, they'll fuck you later. They haven't
Yeah.
gotten there.
That's not yet. You
Yeah.
got time.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Wow.
place. So I'm just adding some fleshy tones to start with.
Very cool. Drew thinks they're gonna do more like spacesuit spaceman.
Oh,
Alien.
like see that'd be fucking wackadoo. Like you can have a couple of guys like that, you know what I mean? Like you can have like one. Jesus Christ, guys! You can have like one or two dudes that are like fucking. I'm a spaceman. I live in a fucking. I put my fish tank on my face. Like, but you can't do a whole line of that, can you?
Mm.
No.
Yeah,
they'll
man. There's
be-
like different factions, different planets.
Dude, if
You know?
outer space is your limit, there could be fucking anything.
And then, of course, you have aliens as well.
You're gonna have. I think there's gonna be a lot of different alien types, and then you'll have like a group of like astronauts. You
Right.
know,
Yeah, but they're gonna be dumb.
No,
Nobody's gonna buy the
No, they won't.
astronaut.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna
you
buy
would.
every goddamn one of them.
No, I'm not. Well, Mike, you're like 4 horsemen. Like you need to get that tattooed somewhere. Like that's your shit. No, I get that, but like those are going to be if there was such a thing as a 4 horseman peg warmer. In my opinion, I could be wrong. It's happened more than once. The fucking spacemen are going to be the fucking peg warmers.
So you don't think like Space Marines, like E Prime just said, would be cool? That'd kind of go with your 40K stuff.
Yeah, but for that kind of line, you know, it's difficult to do just like spacemen's, you know. And I'm really thinking of the guy with the fucking fishbowl on his head. You know, I don't know. I could be. The fuck do I know?
Hey Matt, did you ever see that game called Star Frontiers? It's kind of like a D&D role-playing game.
Sorry, guys. I'm not staying on camera here.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It's if you got time, just Google that, and that is what I imagine it to be like.
Star Frontiers.
Star Frontiers, yeah.
And Matt, if you're not into the cosmic stuff, you can always go mythic. Stay with the mythics.
There is no like. Here I go. Like I fucking shit on everything. Oh fuck. Like I
This
like
is my
the
favorite
idea.
part of the show right here.
Oh
Stop.
yeah, there's one, Mike. You should see the fucking mail I get.
And Matt, I mean, I don't think they're gonna put lightsabers on, so I think you'd be all right. What's going on with this camera here?
Hold on.
It's our light.
The light's being all fucking.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go. No, it's. I don't know. There's just so few mythics that I'm like, oh my god! Like I got June. I have 3. I have Juno. I've got the fucking little angry dwarf dude, and I got fucking old boy orc coming. But I haven't seen anything that I'm like fucking crazy about. Now, if they really want to get on this fucking dick, they can give me some werewolf shit. I'll buy every fucking werewolf that comes out. Fucking give me a bear. Give me a fucking bear. Give me a fucking werewolf. Give me a fucking rat. Give me a alligator. Like that's where I'm at. Like get on my level.
Get on my
Well, you'll be
level.
happy to know that Planetary Dog Toys is doing a werewolf.
Yeah.
I think they're doing. I know they're doing a head. I think they might even be doing body parts for it too.
And Matt, hearing what you're interested in, I think you should just collect the Ninja Turtle villains because that's like what you need.
Yeah, but in what line? I'm not buying fucking. I'd rather smash my dick with a ball peen hammer than buy Super 7. If somebody's like, I will give you this Super 7 figure, or you can put your cock and balls on an anvil and hit it with this hammer, that's going to be a tough choice for me, honestly.
Matt, I mean, I hate to tell you this, but the Super 7, like articulation that you don't like, that's what mythics have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mythics are cool. Like the paint apps aren't complete fucking garbage. Look at the fucking people are posting in the realm like, oh, I got this Super 7 Lion-O. And I'm like, motherfucker, does he have a glass eye? Is that canon now? And I don't say anything because I try to be nice. I don't want to, like, somebody's getting joy out of their fucking cross-eyed Lion-O. I don't want to come over and take a fucking big giant donkey dump in their bed.
Donkey dump.
You know, Matt, mine came with a messed up eye, and I haven't even bothered opening the rest of them. And that was the
because
stuff
you want to throw it right in the trash.
That was the stuff I was so interested in getting last year too.
And you were disappointed, Brian, right?
Yeah.
See? Super 7, fuck you. Cancel me, Super 7. Come at me.
But they're
fucking cross-eyed fucks.
They're supposed to be moving to their different factory here. So for the rest of
them. Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
So they're not fucking subbing out their fucking paint apps to the school to the blind? That's good. Way to go, Super 7. Crushing it. Fucking
right.
Get smoked.
Wow.
Oh, I fucking hate Super 7. I fucking hate it.
Looks like Drew's going to take Super 7 over the Hammer.
Well, that's your choice. It's a poor one, but okay. I'm not telling you how to live your life, Drew. Do you, boo-boo? I don't know who I like Super 7 fucking, I don't know why they bother me on such a primal level. Like, it just bothers.
It's pretty primal. Yeah, that's
I fucking hate them. Like, I think if I went to a show and Super 7 was there, like, hey, we're Super 7. I just go over there and fucking, fuck it. Looks like I'm going to jail. Hey, JD, here's fucking $500. Like, when I call you, just bail me out.
JD would be like, I don't know if there's anything left after I buy all this Super 7 stuff.
Well, that's what you guys will do. You'll fucking send me in there like a bull in a china shop. I'll fucking smash a bunch of boxes, and then you fuckers will come in and be like, oh, that's damaged. Can I get that at a discount?
I just made a deal with Brian Flynn. I'm gonna
get me some Super 7
God.
stuff.
Fucking Super 7. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, Matt, good news. You can always get the Neko ones.
Oh, so they can just fucking fall apart my hand? Like, we're talking degrees of piss poor.
Maybe you can find the vintage ones.
Maybe. I don't know. I want a leatherhead. Can I have a fucking leatherhead that doesn't look like a fucking, like he ate paint chips his entire toddler life? Like that neck of leatherhead looks like a sack full of smashed assholes.
Looks like a cartoon.
The leatherhead's the alligator, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. How can you tell?
Smashed assholes.
He's a cartoon alligator. How good is he supposed to look?
I want photorealistic shits.
Oh,
I don't want this fucking goofy ass fucking alligator. It looks like he fucking has a fucking head injury.
Well, they didn't put him in the movies, so you're gonna have to wait until maybe there's a reboot or something, and they put him in the movies to get a photo reel. Maybe, I don't know. Either that or go Super 7 because they might do a little.
He's not going to go Super 7.
Why are you trying to trigger me, Brian? Why?
I think we're past that, man.
Fucking Brian.
Hey, Matt.
He's my vanilla to my fucking chocolate. God damn.
Hey, Matt, let's change the subject real quick.
Yeah, let's.
For Christmas dinner, you had made a salt crusted rib roast, right?
Correct. Yes.
And can you tell me what's technically how do you salt crust this thing? That's what I'd like to know.
So it's basically a box of kosher salt.
Okay.
A box. So you pour a box of kosher salt. and you add, I'm going to say maybe a cup of water to make almost like a paste.
Okay.
So then, like, you got that work, and then on top of the rib roast, you throw some slices of bacon and you throw some rosemary, and then you just literally pat all that salt, like, to form a solid crust around the rib roast. Then you throw that fucker in the oven at 450 for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you reduce the heat to 350, and depending on your rib roast size, that's it. And what happens is it seals all that all the juices inside, and it doesn't make the meat salty. Like, you just crack off that crust.
Okay. So yeah, because I would expect the salt to at least like dry out the outside of it to get it so that it gets like a kind of a crust like on the meat, or
no, the meat is like tender and juicy. So
Well,
the crust just hardens, and then you
Okay.
just crack it off.
Have
Okay.
you watch Alton Brown, right?
Me?
Brian.
I do.
Fuck
you
that
ever-
guy.
Have you ever watched him do like a salt crusted, like he does like whole fish, he'll salt crust it?
Yeah, I'm not really into eating fish, so I probably skip
No, but it's kind of
It's
a
the same
similar.
principle.
It's a similar yeah.
that. Gotcha.
Wow, we're all a bunch of fucking crab apple fucking assholes, except for JD. And he's just like, I'm just paying my undead Egyptian guy. Let these fucking idiots ramble.
Oh.
Now, do you leave the crust on for like an hour, or are you like overnight or anything before
No. So like my prep consists of I take the roast out, I dry it off, like I pat it down, I make that salt rub, I put whatever seasoning I'm gonna put in between the roast and the salt, and then just slather it on there, throw it right in the oven, 20 minutes, knock the heat down, and then whatever your cook time is on your roast, depending on the size.
Gotcha.
And then when it's done, like when you pull it out, I crack the crust off, and then I let it rest, and then that's that. And that's it.
That's that.
That's that.
I mean, it's intimidating because you're looking at like
A lot of
you know,
salt.
you're looking at a lot of salt, and it was intimidating the first time I did it because it's not a cheap cut of meat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, I hope I don't fuck this up, but it's like super easy. It's super easy, and it comes out awesome.
That's
I
how
won't
I
cook
felt. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I won't cook a roast, like a rib roast, any other way. You said you guys did a reverse sear, which is wild.
Yeah, and with the pressure cooker Instapot deal.
Mm.
Yep, and it isn't a cheap cut of meat, so I'd never used the Instapot situation, the pressure cooker before.
Wow, you're a brave lady.
Hey, you got to take chances. That's how you learn,
Yeah, you do got to go. I like to have a little dry run. I like to hedge my bets a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially, like I don't want to. It's Christmas dinner. Okay, this roast was $60-$70, whatever it was.
Right.
And then it's like I got nothing. Like I fucked it up so bad. It's like, all right, I go. Change of plan, guys. You're gonna be happy with this. It's fish sticks and chicken nuggies.
Nah,
Yeah.
we'll go to Chick-fil-A
Oh,
right
I
now.
can't believe you said chicken nuggies, man.
I did. I'm trying to.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a serious Matt Hurd party foul right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It was interesting to do the reverse sear, though. It made me nervous, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Go big or go
I've
home.
never
Figure it
even
out.
tried to reverse. So you basically cook it and then, like,
I was terrified of the process. Like I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, because I'm thinking about cooking it exactly the same way you're talking about, pretty much.
right.
And and it's saying like for 3 pounds in the instructions I found, it says like 3 pounds, season it, put it in the Instapot with like the water in the bottom or whatever,
Mhm.
and set it for manual and low heat, low pressure
Yep.
for 5 minutes.
And you're like, this can't be right.
And then to leave it in there, and the Instapot will immediately go to keep warm and leave it like that for a half an hour. And it's done.
Right.
Check your temp, but it's done.
Yeah, because that it's still cooking under pressure. That heat isn't going anywhere.
Right.
You know, so you're keeping it under. Yeah, that makes. But it's scary because you're like, how am I cooking this roast in like this period of time?
And not only that, like you can't stop it to check the temperature of it, right?
No, you shouldn't. No.
Right, because then you lose the pressure, and then it gets
Yeah,
so
you can't be
scary.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, I'll just crack you open right quick and stick it. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Nope.
It doesn't work that way.
Just gonna throw a meat thermometer on this real quick and see.
It really weirded me out though, because I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. You know, a rib. How long? In what? 35 minutes? Get out of here.
Right.
You know, like kind of a situation. And then you take the roast out. You take the water. You know, you take the juice out. And that's, of course, what I use to make gravy. But then it says to put a little bit of oil in the bottom of it, get that heat kicked back up, and just sear it in the bottom of the pot.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And it was amazing. It looked beautiful. It was delicious. The meat was cooked absolutely
juicy as fuck.
Exactly how it should have been, and just came out phenomenally.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever mess with a sous vide?
Sous vide. What's that?
Yeah, that's like where you cook it, like you put everything in a bag, and that it's like almost like in a vacuum sealed bag, and you put all your spices and seasonings and whatnot in this like vacuum sealed bag, and then you cook it in like boiling water, right, Brian?
Right.
What you're talking about.
Right. So basically what you do, you put your stuff in a bag, you season it, whatever, and you stick it in water. And the sous vide, what it does is it brings the water up to the final temperature that you want the meat, right? So say you want a nice medium rare. So you're looking at what, 130, 135, perhaps 130. What you do is you set the temperature for the water for 130. And since the water never gets above 130, the meat never gets above 130. And you end up having to cook it longer. You do have to cook it longer because you have to make sure that everything comes up to that temperature. But it's a really interesting way of cooking. Basically, you could have that thing cooking all day long. So if you're not sure when you're going to eat, like it's one way of cooking where you just set it and forget it, and it's always ready. Like it'll stay at that temperature for hours and never overcook type of thing. You can actually do things too, like so you think about like pork and like poultry, where they say you have to cook it to a certain temperature to make sure that you don't get the salmonella or whatever it is, right? You don't actually have to cook the meat at the temperature that's specified. You could cook it to a lower temperature if you wanted to, but since you're keeping it at a sustained temperature for such a long period of time, it also kills off the bacteria. So you can actually have turkey, like my brother did this a few years ago for Thanksgiving. Basically the turkey was still pink, but it was cooked all the way through, right? If you kind of, it's very odd, but it's very, very interesting way of eating poultry, like at that, because the meat's a different consistency and stuff.
Right.
Meat. It's very, very cool stuff. Alton Brown, of course, did an episode on this where he cooked fish and basically used a sous vide, and the fish never overcooked because it stayed at whatever temperature.
Right. Well, I mean, if that's what I know, the units aren't cheap, and it's like Chan talks about, another kitchen gadget. I mean, I like fish. I do enjoy eating fish, and I don't cook fish at home because it stinks up the house so bad. And it's real easy to screw up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I do a lot of fish on the grill and that sort of stuff. But if I did have a sous vide, I think I would be more inclined to make fish, because I also think that fish smell would be kind of, contained a little bit. Yeah.
There you go, Joe. He says, I like sous vide for chuck roast or boneless ribs. It takes all day like a crock pot.
Yep.
Chuck roasts come out like prime rib. Just sear it very fast over a fire or super hot cast iron.
Yeah, that's the one thing, like with beef especially, like in my mind you need that, I don't know, you need like that real heat, if that makes sense, like that almost that flame. You know, I would never sous vide a steak. Like I think you're out your damn mind.
Yeah.
But that, you know, a chuck roast or something like that, yeah, that I've never really looked at it because it's like another kitchen gadget, and then it's like,
yeah, and the interesting thing about it too is all you need is a watertight vessel to put the food in. So like my brother's,
right.
it kind of looks like a lunch bag that people use, right? It's like a thermal lunch bag that's just watertight, and the sous vide itself is, I mean, it just kind of looks like a stick blender. You just kind of jam it in there and it controls the temperature of the water and all that other stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's restaurant, they do that's like a option for some of their fish dishes.
Yeah. And that's cool for them, right? Because then, like I had mentioned, they can just start that stuff up in the beginning of the day and not worry about it, right? It's like, so when food comes, it's like already made to order. So it's kind of nice. I would expect it's a nice luxury for the cook to not have to worry about balancing all these different dishes at the same time.
I would think that too.
Yeah.
So just to catch up with what you're doing right now, you painted all of the literal flesh parts with Rhinox hide?
No, it's dryad bark.
Dryad bark. Okay.
Because that's what's really, really. I'm almost color matching this to that torso.
Okay.
Of whatever his name is, the
Clavius.
Calavius or Calavius.
And you used Bugman's Glow for in the mouth, around the teeth, and the inside of the ears and the inside of the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm just kind of like blending the ears a little bit.
You're almost washing it out of the inner part of the ear and kind of blending it into the outer part of the ear.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just catching up. That's all.
Yep.
Jay and I've been sitting here playing with this dusting thing. I haven't even been dusting any toys. I've just been running my fingers through those.
I probably would too. I'd probably carry it around the house for a few days and just be like, you know, I'd be like my little puppet pal for a while. I have a little bit of an issue with that. I'm a very big child.
Yeah. We all are.
That happens.
I have packs of googly eyes of all different sizes that I'm at some point are going to be all over everything, trash cans, whatever, because I have a problem with wanting to put googly eyes on very random things. And I found this, I want to do this to the trees in our yard. I found these great big huge beach balls that are painted like eyeballs, and people tie them up in their trees, and it makes their trees look like they're Muppets. And I just really want to do it.
I've seen that. That's pretty funny.
I want to do that so bad. So at some point, everything outside and probably inside is going to have googly eyes on it, just because I have a problem with that. It's okay. It's perfectly fine.
Fine.
Googly eyes and fart ninjas.
Googly eyes and fart ninjas. I mean, you know, it's got to be a fart ninja in every bathroom, sitting like hung behind the toilet or poking out somewhere. Because I mean, there's nothing more hilarious. Because here's another thing: women are really like they're not into being exposed as a farter. Like it's not something they want the title of being the one that farts most of the time. So I just, I'm
the one who farts.
Right. But yeah, well, exactly. But, you know, you get like, I get one of my girlfriends over and they end up, you know, I gotta pee, I'll be right back. And they go into the laundry room, powder room, and you hear one of those, you hear one of those fart ninjas go off. and they can't help but kind of giggle, and you can hear them. They're like, because it's like, nope, you didn't do it, but everyone else thinks you did, kind of a thing. And it's just another. We all need to take ourselves less seriously, so that kind of helps. It definitely helps. So the more fart ninjas, the better. The only thing is, I got to get batteries for all of them and change them out now, because those batteries don't last forever. But at least they have batteries that you can change,
Yeah.
and switches so you can turn them off. That's helpful too.
So I'm using Cantor Blue and drying it out.
A lot? Like a lot?
Yeah.
Quite
And I'm being
considerably.
very loose. So we kind of get that blurple look.
Gotcha. I mean, it's pretty amazing the kind of detail you're starting to see in just the flesh area alone, and you haven't even touched the helmet or any of that. It's pretty wild.
I highly recommend makeup brushes if you need to dust your stuff. Man, this stuff is amazing.
Cool.
There's so many to choose from.
You get different sizes, styles, angles,
softnesses.
Yeah, what's nice is these are pretty rigid, so it's really good. Like, you can give it some force. You know what I mean?
Bubbles.
And it's nice that you can just buy this stuff off of Amazon. So, like, be like walking into Walmart with your, buying your skimpy clad Marvel Legends and some makeup brushes,
Yeah. So, look like a real man.
Yeah. I want to look manly. Let me buy a can of SpaghettiOs while I'm here, too.
Yeah. There you go.
Fuck yeah.
I like SpaghettiOs.
Me too.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiO.
I used to eat them cold out of the can when I was a teenager.
Yep.
SpaghettiOs and Franks.
I just like the regular ones.
What are you talking about? Adding Frank's hot sauce to it, Mike?
No, they have some SpaghettiOs have the chopped
Beef
up
and Franks.
little hot dogs in them.
Oh, Frank's. Okay, I see.
Uh-oh. My brush is falling apart.
Uh-oh.
Putting some Franks in some SpaghettiOs sounds wild.
You never had that as a kid?
No, I mean Frank's hot sauce.
Oh.
Frank's goes with everything.
Yeah.
Does it?
No.
Yep.
Just
I put that shit
touching
on
up the ear a little.
Isn't that what that's the commercial, isn't it?
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I'm not on the I'm not in the camera, which kind of sucks.
You need to drop Ace as a mentor for doing that. So I'm dusting off my MPO1.
Wow.
Yeah. I really need to take better care of this thing. Actually, I bought a spare for parts just in case I have to do surgery on this thing in the future.
Wow.
Yeah. This is it's my favorite figure in the world, Matt.
Okay. It's not
like,
Super 7
it's like,
good.
It's got paint chipping off of it. It's like I'm as nostalgic for this figure that's 20 years old now. When did this thing come out? 2004. So 16 years old or whatever.
That looks pretty incredible. I'm serious.
It's all right. So now we got Dawnstone, which is a gray.
And it's airbrush paint, so it's
watery.
But
I'm gonna like use it as a dry brush.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna get it on my brush all nice and goopily.
Get it on there.
Whoa.
Try it out and then
I'm
do.
gonna dry it out and just barely touch this thing.
Okay.
Especially on the ears here. Just gonna kind of brighten it up a little bit so it's not like super dark, and it'll give the
Highlights.
it'll give the like, I'm probably gonna hit it really hard on the ears
Yeah.
because you want that appearance that they're thin skin.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
So
So you're actually dry brushing with the airbrush.
yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And that stuff's super. It you get the regular Citadel paints. It's got a certain consistency, but the airbrush is loose. That's wild. That's wild, man. Wow.
Some wild stuff.
Some wild, wacky stuff.
Hey, Greg, how's it going, man? Happy New Year. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'm really gonna fuck this thing up. So
Why?
I'm just saying. I'll end up knocking everything down with the Reekland flesh shade stuff just to give it a little more red.
Dirty red.
Dirty red.
So is there something is there some reason why Drew wants to talk Firefly?
No, he wanted to trigger Matt some more.
Oh. Sorry.
Firefly, like, is in the show?
No, because this was a while back, Matt. It was I was like, let's change the subject. He's like, yeah, let's talk to Matt about Firefly.
Oh, gee, fucking asshole. You guys revel in my pain.
Firefly brings you pain, huh?
Somebody hooked it up who shall remain nameless. Hooked me up with I got a Firefly incoming at some point. So that was kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Happy about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit. Go through and get the rest of the Joes you're looking for.
You know what? I think on the Joes from this point, I'm not buying. I'm just going to cherry pick. And if I can't get them from BBTS, I'm not going to jump through crazy hoops to get them. But
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Shit's just wackadoo,
They'll all become available eventually.
Up with this camera.
No, you keep trying to bring it too close to you. That's all.
I was able to pre-order the Cobra Troopers through BBTS. I don't know if it's like a different one other than the fucking Target exclusive.
I think they are a little bit different, but
I don't care. You know what? Like, at the end of the day, I don't care.
Right.
Like, this guy comes with a knife. Your guy doesn't have a knife. My guy's better than your guy.
At this point, it's just bragging rights if you don't have the Target one,
Right. It's like, I don't give a shit. Like, oh, neat. Right. That shit has to change. They got to do something about that. But, they're not gonna. They're just gonna keep it status quo. It doesn't matter Hasbro or fucking Target if they sell 1,000 figures to one guy or 1,000 people get one guy. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, they still sold 1,000 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Optimus is so pretty now.
Greg says he wants to say thanks to you guys. The show has really helped me in the painting department. Finished my second head, and I'm very pleased with it.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, Greg.
Right on.
You mean you don't come here for cooking tips?
And banter.
Nonsense?
Yeah.
Shenanigans?
Chicanery.
Chicanery.
Chicanery, yeah.
Tomfoolery.
Greg says he doesn't need cooking tips for bread and in a can.
Yes, he does. My man don't know what side to cut with a knife. Out of here with your nonsense. Be so lucky to have bread in a can.
So Jimmy says it's amazing how you know where to layer.
I mean,
He pretty much layers the whole thing though, so it's just very even. Like it's very just light coats the whole time. Greg says you don't use a knife, you use a hand. Is that for bread in a can? Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know. I'm kind of nervous and scared right now.
all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with.
Is it just the G.I. Joes and the Firefly situation, or do you not like the Firefly show?
Oh, I hate the Firefly show.
Oh.
I think
Of
that's
course he does.
fucking
It's a show
overrated.
on TV. Of course Matt's gonna hate it.
Am I that predictable? No, I don't. I actually don't hate it. It actually is a decent show, but people just need to shut the fuck up about it. Like it's a good show. Like it got cut short. I'm sorry. Like I only had a dog for 2 years and he died, and I was sad about that. But I don't like random conversations bring up my dead dog that only lived for 2 years. Like hardcore Firefly fans need to get down with that. Like you had a great show. It happened in a bubble, and unfortunately, it didn't continue on. You know what? Not all of us. I don't know. That's just my feeling on it.
I get it. You're saying get over it.
I'm not even saying get over it. Like, but there was just a point in time where everybody's like, sign this petition to get Firefly back, and blah blah blah. It's like,
Well,
That's
I mean,
yeah.
Nathan Fillion owns it, so if
Oh, the actor?
yeah, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure like they ended up purchasing the rights for it
from
the-
fucking fat sack of monkey spunk Joss Whedon.
no.
Fox, I think.
From what I remember, Fox owns it.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I believe
So-
they I guess I don't know. I just heard that the cast had thrown money together and actually purchased it.
Oh,
So that
okay.
they can do something with it.
Well, I know there was.
Joss Whedon too.
Yeah, fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Like, he's not a good person. He's a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah, it's coming to light.
fuck him. You guys are killing me tonight.
Sorry, man.
Damn. No, don't be sorry. It's just I got things I got to work through. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of his. I'm not a fan of his. He's not like. I've never been a huge fan of his work, I guess, and I am not a fan of how he interacts with people. Like, everybody says he's a fucking nightmare. Not a fan, but I mean, I do get the Firefly thing. Like there was a lot there that they could have unpacked, and unfortunately, I just think because that was a Fox show, correct?
Yeah.
That where they put it, they killed it. You know what I mean? They played. It was like the days before, like Netflix and binge watching and TV on demand. It's like if you didn't watch it when at 9:30, You
Missed it.
didn't get to see it.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
that
heard
was
about
it.
that too. And I heard like they aired like all the episodes out of order and stuff too.
Yeah, they were out of order. I think they aired the pilot and then like episode 3, and then they aired episode like Fox kind of buried that show, and it didn't deserve it. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, I watched it years later, probably I want to say maybe 4 years ago, because it was streaming somewhere, and I was like,
Yep.
oh, it's like this is actually a pretty good show.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not a bad show. It's like I feel.
Wow.
Here we go. I'm gonna get myself in even more trouble. It's how I feel about Rick and Morty.
I feel like
I
that's
like-
a totally different thing. But okay.
I like the show. I don't particularly like the super hardcore fans. You know what I mean? Like, you want to talk about it, like, cool, I'm about it. You want to, compare and contrast or whatever. I'm into it. But there was a pocket where it was like and I knew people would be like, did you sign the petition to get Firefly back on television? I'm like, no, dude, because I don't do shit to waste my time.
That head's looking amazing. Like, let's see. Can we put like? Can we just?
Yeah,
I like that.
What do you got there?
See
I
what's
like
going
the
on?
red eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's coming through like really a lot.
Darker,
Yeah.
even, but that's okay. It's all right. A little more
like
red, a little darker. It's not quite that red, but it's good. So now what?
We're
What's
having
next?
I don't know. I can do teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sure.
Hey, Greg T in the chat finished another head.
What did you do, Greg? Like, what is it?
He sent me some photos.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, let's check
see
that out.
shit.
All right.
Yeah,
let me get this together here. He sent me a video. I'm taking some snapshots of it.
Cool.
Oh, now he's sending photos. Oh, that's much easier. All right.
Wow.
So is that base layer just a little darker than you thought it was going to come out, JD?
No, like the camera is showing it a bit darker.
Ah,
All right, here we go. From Greg here.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
oh, that's cool, Greg.
Wow.
That looks great.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Nice.
It's like a
Like a
Krampus.
Krampus. Kind
yeah, that's what I was thinking. A goat guy.
That's very nice. I like that a lot.
That red pops, man. I
Yeah.
like it.
Very well done. Very well.
So what color are you using for the teeth?
This is flayed one's flesh.
Okay.
Oh. God damn it.
And you're not thinning that paint out, are you?
No, not really.
Just very small amounts.
Yeah, these teeth are tiny. Proving a little difficult.
What?
Hmm.
What is that?
The Archimedes ogre. Nope, I have not.
So I guess he's looking for recommendations on that gray for matching. Is that right, Drew?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
These like blue gray color.
Yeah. That's right, because we kept talking to kept messing with Gary in the chat. So you guys getting that blue one? Like the gray one?
So how would you go about dealing with that, like blue-gray kind of a thing?
Put your figure in your pocket.
Yep. March
And
down
if
to
they march down to the wherever you're buying your paint of choice, and just kind of, you can go one of two ways, in my opinion. You can either go, if you can't find it exact, you can go lighter or darker. And
or
if you
find
go,
something,
or what?
or find something to mix.
Right. Yep. So you could, get as close as you can, and you're either going to add like a touch of black or a touch of white to either
Yeah.
bring that color up or down. That's what I would do.
That's good advice.
Yeah, Drew, what I would do is I would go to the Cabal and hit up Nikki because she's got like a color palette defined for like almost all the mythics.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, she was actually showing it off during the Legions Con, the last Legions Con, when she had her panel in the morning, and it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's got that down to a science.
Yep.
I just look at two colors and add a little bit more of this, a little more of that. That's close, good enough.
I know sometimes whenever he puts like a wash on them, or when he comes down to like the dry brushing, that's where the final color kind of like comes to light,
Yep.
So sometimes it's not even like a matter of like adding white or a darker color. It's just
Right.
another color that brings him closer,
Laying down that color that's maybe a shade lighter, and then hitting it with a wash of like, if it's purple skin, whatever,
Blue.
Yeah, no, that makes sense too. Yeah.
For the female ogres that I got some heads from Planetary Dog Toys, and I ended up mixing brown and yellow in with the two greens that I'd already mixed, and I got close enough. It's not like perfect or anything, but
Yeah, like I don't know. I in my profession, I feel it's very important that I understand how colors work, like actual color theory.
Mm-hmm.
I never really studied it other than, what I learned in like high school, but just over the years, understanding what colors, like how this color reacts with this color, what I mean? It's kind of important to kind of know how that works.
Not so much just tinting and toning.
Yeah.
Right.
And I
complementary colors.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way that I've learned to do it, and that's the way I look at but like any sort of color work, you know what I mean? Like purple is gonna complement yellow, in a certain way, and it's gonna give it a brown hue, like say you're coloring a sunflower or something, you know what I mean? And that's what's gonna help that yellow stand out more, is like a purple.
Right. And you don't mean mixing them together, you mean using them in the same picture, and it just kind of tricks
shadowing it with like purple instead of shadowing it with like black or dark brown or something.
Right.
Black's just gonna turn it green, you know what I mean?
But if you want that yellow to pop, you throw a little purple in with a shade, and it'll make the yellow stand out more,
Oh, I wonder if that's why Gwendolyn Heavensbrand looks so wonderful.
Could be.
Golden purple.
Yeah, just the, like Matt was saying, complementary colors, and then understanding what this does to that,
So when you're dealing with this specific one, you started with the bark color, right?
Yep.
Dryad bark or whatever.
Well, I started with the Bugman's glows. Actually,
Right.
what I
In
started with.
but inside the eyes and the mouth and the ears, but with the actual like skin, you did the Dryad bark.
Yeah.
And then you used the Cantor blue as a dry brush over top of that to give it sort of like a purple color.
Yeah, and it darkens it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though it's not purple, it's
Right.
blue.
It's blue. You already have like looking at the shade of brown that I use, it already would kind of have a purplish tint anyway. So didn't necessarily need a straight purple. You just needed a little bit more blue to just punch it up a little bit.
So in a situation where you're dealing with like a gray that has a blue undertone, would you paint it like a gray blue first and then dry brush it with a gray? No?
Wow. I think it would. I think that more depends on like what color you want to stand out more.
The gray or the blue?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So maybe paint it gray and dry brush it with a blue.
Maybe dry brush with a blue.
Very pale, maybe. I don't know. It's just thoughts.
Yeah.
I would think about maybe doing a glaze, or you could like, I don't know how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? You know, I mean, you could start getting into like crazy edge highlighting and like doing all kind of crazy nonsense, you know.
Jesus Christ, these fucking teeth.
There's a lot of them, and they're very small. Wow.
Little baby teeth.
But it looks really cool right now with the teeth painted. It's amazing.
These fucking guys and these crazy ass sculpts with the little tiny details.
Now, is Mythic, are the Four Horsemen cool with like the whole modding community, and like are they all right with that?
Yeah, they
like with
encourage it, I think.
like people like
you gotta
doing.
buy more toys.
Yeah, that's true.
Drew says he has some partial color blindness and has trouble with blues. They look black and gray to him. Oh, that's tough, man.
So, Drew, I don't know if you know, like one of the guys I used to work with, he was colorblind, a tattoo artist, a colorblind tattoo artist.
And he is amazing with color.
Yeah, he loves color. He loves doing color. So you can. It's kind of expensive. I want to say it's like $2 or $3 grand, but they can test your eyes and then they can give you glasses that will correct the color blindness.
Oh, wow.
So you will actually be able
wild.
to see those colors.
I mean, you can buy color blindness glasses, like, you know, but if they're not prescribed to you, they don't necessarily work exactly the same way.
Yeah. All right. So that's that.
That's kind of cool. Like, what if you have like a least favorite color and you can be like, look, I never want to see purple again ever in my life. They're like, all right.
Wear these spectacles.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Like, I just imagine them like the 3D glasses, like the kid from Back to the Future. Like, one is like red and one is blue.
That would be interesting.
Cool.
So you might have to look into that.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find the information because I'll ask Todd, see if he still has that sort of stuff.
Wow. Like that looks so cool to me. Wow.
Yeah, it does. I would have been done like a half hour ago. Like, yeah, this is badass. Done. Dude got 5 more layers of paint on it and still isn't done yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm imagining this one will probably take a minute. Just trying to even out the fucking paint in his mouth. The wash.
Did it all float to one side or something?
Kinda. Just like I'll hit it again in a little bit.
Wow, dusting toys is like therapeutic.
We kind of get into all the crevasses.
Yeah.
Get caught in the feels.
What's going on there?
Oh, just removing a part I missed. Cleaning this thing up.
Little mold line.
No, I don't know. It was like a little piece of resin stuck in there, like in between the teeth, so that it made the tooth look square.
Gotcha.
But it was 2 of them. You know what I mean? They were connected, and it made it look square.
Yeah. JD's like, I got an extra tooth to paint. I can't take it.
Yeah, it's
still kind of there. What the hell?
I know whenever I get around to painting all my dwarf heads that we got from that My Action Figure Custom sale, I'm going to have to go back and find Drew's old posts. He painted a bunch of those, and they all look fucking fantastic.
cool.
I haven't done any like flesh painting yet, so I've got to figure that out.
Like skin tone?
Yeah. It's all because I've always been into like monsters and shit,
creatures and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing with like an actual face. So there we go.
It's not that bad. You just follow the Citadel guideline. I keep hyping that Citadel paint app. Like
that looks so cool.
I got him.
That's where you're talking, Matt, about do you do the base and then do a wash, or do you do the color you want and then dry brush it, or both?
Right. Yeah, and they'll like tell you exactly how to get certain effects on that app. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it's just like super worthwhile. And what's helped me actually the most is you can inventory all your paint. And then it's like, okay, like I have this, and when I go to the store, and it's like I don't buy just like more paint, and it's like, oh, I need this, and it turns out I have like 3 bottles.
Yeah, I did. There's a purple color that I have 3 of. 2 are not even open yet.
Yep.
So Drew says he loves dwarves, but he's getting kind of sick of painting them. He still has not painted his dwarf heads yet. And then Greg T says he got the app and he uses the inventory.
Huh.
Yep.
I'll have to check into that.
Yeah, it's really, if you're looking to do like a flesh tone, a darker flesh tone, a lighter flesh tone, like more of like an undead color, like you can just go in there and it'll give you step by step. Like do this base layer, then wash with this, and then do that.
Because much unlike JD, I don't use any kind of science or forethought or logic to my paints. I just, this looks good. I'll try this.
Yeah, you just line the drums up and be like, okay.
And if I don't like it when I'm done, I just wash it off and start over again.
Yep.
It's a good thing about paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like I know people who painted with the tester shit.
Oh, fuck that stuff.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to be fucking around with that. Like I'm good.
As a little kid, painting models and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to build model cars. It was all enamel.
Yep.
I used to love doing that. I sometimes miss it, actually.
The last model car I built was a model of the General Lee. Actually,
Oh, cool.
Whoa, cool.
Nice.
I was a junior in college, and I was taking a winter class, and none of my roommates were taking winter classes, so I was just kind of bored out of my mind. My dad spray painted the base orange for me, and the black parts, the interior brown, whatever. Yeah, man, I just spent the time just putting that thing together, painting it, whatnot. It was fun.
Nice.
It is fun.
I wonder if I still have that model somewhere. Oh. The wheels came off, if I remember correctly.
So what are you doing now?
Wow, that's a great close-up shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to pick out the details around the.
Whoa.
Too bad Frank's not here.
He's probably lurking in the background somewhere, waiting.
That lucky bastard.
He's busy buying PS4s,
Oh,
PS5s, or
whatever.
I don't know. I'm just making a funny.
Did you guys get a new system? Because I know you guys like the game.
No.
No.
Yeah,
not yet.
fuck that. I'm not paying that high price, number one.
Fuck
And
that.
there's nothing out that I'm like, ooh, I need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no release game that I'm like, oh, for Xbox or PS.
I mean, I feel like the one thing that would drive me nuts, and I know that, like, I guess they're saying with the new Xbox, like, everything's backward compatible, but it's like now we have to buy. Now we have to look for different games. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like everything we have, we could probably play on it, but if we get the new system, why wouldn't you want to just start buying things for the new system?
Right.
So it just feels like a hassle to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with what I have. It's
Right.
not at max capacity. I haven't ruined it. Like it's
Right.
fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with just wait until they work out all the kinks and
Exactly.
all that stuff.
What? It's like buying a new, you buy a car the first year of production, it's like,
No
you wonder
way.
why it's all fucked up,
Yeah.
Good night, Jimmy.
Night, Jimmy.
Bye, Jimmy. Thanks for tuning in. He always watches after the fact.
Yeah, he's gonna check the rest of the video out tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm glad he made it in live.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm always way behind on game consoles or phones or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
I don't have to have the brand new first edition.
Right. No, I'm with you.
I love my car, and it's like a 2012 or some shit. Like, I don't want new shit. I don't like new
Right.
stuff.
I
Mine
mean,
doesn't have GPS or the screen in it or any of that crap. It's got a CD player. I can use the Bluetooth in it to play my Pandora, and I'm happy. I don't need anything.
Old faithful.
I actually miss old cars, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I was when I went up to Maine, when my stepfather's sister came, she's like, I need your help. And she's like, let's take a tour around town. I was like, okay, let's do that, since she's never been there. And she was going to be driving my mom's car, and it's newer, maybe like 3 years old, something like that. Yep. And it's got the built-in GPS and stuff, and like we're using it, and I was like, but it doesn't have the car like on the map. The car's not going in the direction that we're going. I was like, this is really pissing me off. And like I kept trying to change it so that like the arrow, like our arrow would always be pointing up, kind of like how Google Maps works.
Right. Yeah.
And I couldn't get it to change. And she's like, yeah, I have this car too. You can't change it. And I would be like, I would not buy this car because of this right now.
Right.
I was like, I would be in a test drive and I would be cursing at this person. I was like, why doesn't this change? This is the dumbest. This would get me lost.
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I drove my own car.
Right. Right.
That and the GPS wouldn't shut up either. I'm like, Jesus, shut up. Stop talking to me.
I do have to say though, I was trying to play Cyberpunk on PS4 is trying.
It's tough.
Yeah, well, it like glitches out. It does it like it'll like at certain points so it's a first person like basically shooter or whatever.
I have it.
And like you'll get in the car and it was like, okay, I don't want a first person drive because it's terrible. And you try to change it and it won't. There's just I liked it. I enjoy that game. I enjoy that kind of setting. But there was just some weird stuff that I was like, why did they do this?
Well,
like the whole designing your genitals, like
yeah. Like, so if because the kids got it for JD for Christmas because they knew he really wanted it.
Yeah.
And he boots it up and he starts trying to figure out his character, and you can be either sex with either sex's genitals if you prefer.
Yep.
And you can pick the size of either, I mean, if you're female, of your bush and the cut and like the trim of it. If you're a dude, you can pick the size of your penis.
Cut or uncut.
Cut or uncut.
Well, wait, question. So do you play the game like in the nude or?
No.
I mean, there are instances where you're topless or, like it's just, you're in the menu where you're changing your clothes and it flashes genital at you when you're changing your pants or something. Like, it's not anything like that. But I mean, there are some instances like he got into a part where he had to go to what would be considered a brothel kind of a place, and he was playing a female character, and this other female, person,
one of the NPCs that I had to talk to.
She's like talking to him, but she's supposed to be talking to him in like, she's communicating in a prostitute type way where she's pretending like she really gives a shit about you as a person and is really being super tender, and you're laying in bed with her and she's staring into your eyes. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, if you don't have a boner, I'm surprised, because I probably would. Like it's very intense in certain places and in certain ways. And I don't particularly like it because I think it just takes it a little too far.
Like there's really no reason to have like, let's design my, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much. And it's like, okay, but I can't be fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I do kind of find it interesting though. Like, if you're going to be in those intimate situations, like, no, dude, all right, I'm going to design mine. Like, I want to see if it hurts. Kind of like thing.
But you can't go like ridiculous with it. Like, it has limitations.
They give you like,
there's like 5 different,
options, and it's like 2 of those options are like, so you're circumcised or uncircumcised, and it's either small or large. You know what I mean? Like it's not excessively large. It's average large. You know what I mean? Like it's not
like.
No, and it's like your chick can have small tits or big tits, but they're not really big tits.
Right. It's not like water balloon type shit.
No, it's all pretty average as far as like that situation goes, and it's just really weird. Like the context is really strange. It goes a little over the top. It's sort of like. And I had to think about it for a little bit, but it's like GTA supersized, like it's just a little more than just like GTA 5 where like you could go, go into a strip club and shit like that.
Right.
It goes it's just a little further, it takes you one step over the line. And it's just, I don't know, like I like games like that too, but it's just a little too far for me. I don't know. It makes me kind of like, Okay, so instead of like actually meeting a girl and going on a date, people are gonna start going on dates.
Exactly. That's what I started. That's immediately where I started thinking about. Like, I remember when I got my first iPhone and it had the Siri thing, and like, at the night, I was like, good night, Siri, and she's like, good night, Brian, and I was like, not sure how I feel about this.
It's a little weird, right? Like, I feel like it kind of goes there too. But then, like, I thought about it, and years ago, I had friends who played World of Warcraft, and they're like dating other characters in the game, you know. And it's
they're not actually, their character's actually dating the other character. They're not actually dating the person that is running the character. No, I've heard of both situations.
But it's a person, right? It's not like a computer model, right?
But you don't know if that person really
is what they say they are.
What they say they are. You know, like it just because it appears to be a hot little elf chick on your screen does not mean that that's what that really is. You know, and it just I don't know. I think that's
a relationship, though. I mean.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, a relationship predicated on a lie.
Yeah, there's no fluid transfer.
That's true. That's very true.
Kind of reminds me of that Ready Player One thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's on HBO now. I'm gonna try that out. I watch that again.
I think that it makes me concerned that that's where everything is going, and it kind of like. It freaks me out a little bit.
The cyberpunk setting, that is like a big component of it, like connecting to AI and like I love that setting. I wish we got more cyberpunk stuff like Blade Runner, Johnny Mnemonic, like that type of. That's a sci-fi I like.
Why?
Why do I like it?
Like, why do you wish we got more of it?
Like, because I think it's good, and I think there's a lot of stuff you could explore with, you know, AI, with being constantly watched and constantly being like it. Like we are starting to come into a cyberpunk type future where everybody's connected into this, you know, into the web, into their phones, and you know what happens in real life doesn't really fucking matter. I just think there's a lot of different places you can go with that setting that is kind of unexplored, you know?
Did you guys ever see that movie, Her, with Joaquin Phoenix? Dude, that was extremely interesting.
I haven't seen that. Is it basically like he has like a real doll?
No, it's like dating Siri, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, no, I do like the cyberpunk, like the kind of grimy urban, you know, everybody's a fucking gang. Like I used to play that tabletop game, you know.
Interesting.
Right. So you really don't like that setting, Chan?
No, not at all. Not even remotely.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like Blade Runner?
I mean, I like the movies. I don't want to think that that's where the future of humanity is going.
I definitely think it is. I'm sorry.
I don't want it to. I
don't either.
It makes my soul hurt. Like for real. I'd rather all this shit got shut the fuck down and we were living in the woods with fucking sticks. Like
I'm with you
for that shit.
I'm down for that.
Who builds the fire? Who can live? Who can survive? Like break it down to real survival. That's more my setting than fucking computers and bullshit and having like I don't know synthetic parts and shit. You know,
can we have real survival but still have flushing toilets? Because that would be like
probably not, Brian. Probably not.
I mean, I think if you could figure out the science behind it, then it could happen.
I think all your bathrooms would be like up high. You know what I mean? So like the poop, like however you conveyed it, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how
right.
that all would
We
work.
got a couple things in the chat here. Greg asked, should I bother with trying a wet palette or just keep using directly out of the bottle?
Me
You know,
and JD differ on this one.
Yeah, I know Maya uses one, and I think she likes it because like she can paint, and then all right, I'm done painting for now, and then she can open
Close it up, right?
Close it up.
So that's like I use it for that reason. I can pull out as much paint as I want. I also use it as a thinning agent, so like I don't like to paint straight out of the bottle because I find this stuff is too thick. There's upsides and downsides. JD doesn't use a wet palette. I know tons of people that don't. I don't know. I give it a thumbs up.
You really think that's why? You don't?
What? Because I'm lazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paint out of the pots.
Yeah. I mean, that's
If it's too thick, I just get a little bit on my little 79-cent plastic painter's tray here and throw a little water in it and call it good.
Another thing you can, like, if you don't care, like if you're doing like custom blends too, like it's good for that. Like if you want a specific color highlight that you don't have and you're done painting for the night, you can just close it up and it won't be dry when you got the color that you mixed.
Yeah.
For the investment, you're probably looking at like, you can probably get a little kit for like $25. That's not going to break the bank. I don't know. I like it. I think they're great, but it's not like a necessary thing. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
yeah.
I have so while we're talking about the cyberpunk world and the Blade Runner world, so KJ Smith brought up Johnny Mnemonic.
Yes, with Keanu Reeves and Henry Rollins and Dolph Lundgren.
Is that based in that type of world?
Yeah. It's like this. So cyberpunk is like steampunk. Like it's just kind of a genre of, it's basically like people live in these huge urban sprawl, like kind of just huge cities, and everybody's kind of somewhat, some way or another connected into, the internet. Like, it's a genre more than anything else. It's not like I don't know how to explain it. It's like steampunk. It's steampunk, but just a different bent. That's all.
It's a movie that I never watched. I always kind of meant to, but I just never got around to watching it.
I want to say it's on Prime.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen it
not too long ago.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it in my browsing.
Yeah, no, it's it's a genre that I don't feel like gets the play that it really deserves. You know what I mean?
No, it really doesn't. All right.
And I think I like it, Chan, because it makes me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like I get what you're saying. I get what your your problem with it is, but it's like I kind of see like the older and more the way the technology has changed in the last 10 years. I'm like, this is the future we're heading for. Like, I hope I don't see it, but
I don't want to believe that that's true, though. I definitely I feel like we're disconnected enough. I'd really hate to be even more disconnected. You know? Like, I feel like it's more, I enjoy it more as like a, like an imaginary place to go. But I feel like in reality, it would be a total fucking
hellscape
to me. It would be absolutely a crying fucking shame if that's the way it happened.
Whatever. I don't disagree. And like, I get what you're saying.
I feel like people need to hug more and not do this. Whoa.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get down on hugs, man. Hugs are good. That's good stuff.
From certain people. Like my issue is with the person that has to hug like I don't let just randos in my space. You know what I mean? And
I'd
I've
give you
known
a hug,
people. What's that?
I said I'd give you a hug.
I give you a hug too, Mike. But we're beyond that. You're not like randos,
Random.
right?
No, man, this is family. It's different.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
just some, like-
exactly. But I knew motherfuckers that'd be like, "Oh, this is Janice from fucking accounting." Like, "Oh, let me give you a hug." Like, no, get the fuck away from me. Don't touch me.
Get the fuck
You know,
away.
the people that are way too into hugging, like that bothers me. Like, if I, and I'm not saying I'm like fucking anything special, but just like give me my space. And if we're at a point where it's like a hug is, you know, a thing.
Appropriate.
Like if I met any of you guys, I'd give you a hug, like straight up, like legitimately. But like, I'm not
No
gonna
kids?
hug. I mean, it all depends how. Like, did you just throw a Super 7 into the trash? Brian, I'd definitely make out with you in front of the Super 7 factory if it was on fire.
That's.
Wow.
I would just be moved.
Oh.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I do. I like, yeah, but just randos. Like, do you really want like a society where it's like totally okay to just hug people? I don't know if I'm down with that either.
What about just squeezing and not hugging?
No, keep
No?
your fucking hands to yourself. Like, if the moment is right and it's appropriate, like, fine, I'm all about the hug. I'm about it. But if I just met you and I like hi, you know what I mean? Like, we're not hugging. We're not. Like, and I don't even mean like so if we have a relationship online, what are you guys laughing? Am I? Jesus.
Go on.
No, I mean, if like we've interacted, we've talked, we've, you know, hung out, whatever, like in an online form, and we haven't met in the real world, like I still know you well enough that it's like, okay, I'm comfortable with giving you a hug. But like, if I just met you and you're just like, like I said, like, I'm fucking Janice from account, get the fuck away from me. And I've known people like that.
I just met you, and this is crazy.
Yeah,
Maybe.
keep your fucking hands off my ShelfGravy.
Well, I hate to inform you, but I am a very huggy person. Like you probably didn't already guess that, but
This is my surprise face.
I know. But I just it's something I do.
But like people that you just met.
If like, okay, so say I've met you a few times and never met your counterpart,
Yep.
I would hug her the first time I met her. Yeah.
Because she's a lady?
No, because she's an extension of you. Like,
okay. No, that I while that's not my modality, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense.
Definitely not because she's a girl. No, I don't.
Well, I didn't know if it was like a thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd feel weird if, like, I don't know. I would feel weird. I would feel weird if
like struggling to.
Yeah, like I'm so fucked up, man.
While you find your words, JD, did you prime that helmet part first?
I'm just like kind of jumping around. Like I did the gold, and I'm like, God damn it, I should have fucking done this white first.
Oh, okay.
And then I should have done the gold. But
I see what you got going on, though. It looks really cool. I like it.
Yeah, it looks really nice. No, I think it would be creepy if big fucking hairy gorilla me started like hugging ladies. You know what I mean? Like I'd probably get the cops called on me. Like if I was just like, oh, can I get those tomatoes and just fucking hug the old lady? You know what I mean? Like that was in front of my fucking fruit. I'd probably get fucking
Look, man,
tased.
I feel like people are too afraid to be affectionate anymore, even if it's just on a friendly level. I do. I think it's like
There is validity to that. I think we have a real problem with human contact. But I also think fucking dudes can't come correct neither.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like there's yeah, like well just think about like the last time you went to like a show where people were crowd surfing, right? Think about that. You're at the show. People are crowd surfing. You see a young lady get up and want to surf the crowd. Like there are just dudes that are just like up in her business. Like it's like what you're a fucking creep. You're a creep. And I just don't trust men enough to just keep their fucking hands to themselves and keep it legit. I really think there are I don't even want to say very few men that can do that, but I just feel like that like I would be nervous about that if we went back to a hug culture. I'm just saying.
Interesting. I can see where you're coming from though. Like I see that. I feel you.
You know, like if it was okay, like how many people would give like a hug that was like kind of inappropriate? You know what I mean? Like
too much pelvic touching.
Pelvic touching or like just like hands where they like I'm not saying like Jesus Christ. You guys always fucking like you know, but pull a fucking Donald Trump, you know what I mean? Like shit like that, or like, you know, you're going for a hug and it's like you like grab yeah.
Is that
like a Biden where they're sniffing heads and shit?
Right, exactly. And you know what?
Right.
Having an 18-year-old daughter, if I saw that, somebody's going to the fucking hospital.
I get you.
Like me or them.
Yeah.
One of us is going to the hospital.
I'll also admit that I wish we weren't in a culture where that had to be a concern, you know?
Yeah.
Like
it really fucking shouldn't be. It really like we I don't understand. I don't understand it. Like, keep your fucking hands to yourself. Don't fucking be driving down the road, fucking screaming at women. You know, like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Just act right. Just act right.
Just fucking live the Fred Rogers lifestyle. You know,
right.
Like, just try to take a small book from Fred Rogers and like be like, what would Fred Rogers do? Guess what Fred Rogers wouldn't do? Fred Rogers wouldn't fucking try to cop a cheap feel. You know? Fred Rogers would hug somebody because he cared about him and wanted to show his affection and keep it popping.
That's right. That's right.
But no, people can't do that.
And that's my jam right there. That's where I'm at.
Well, Fred Rogers jam?
Fuck yeah. That's good stuff.
Fred Rogers is the last good person. Is literally the last good person.
Yep. I want to be like him.
I try to emulate Fred Rogers. I hardly ever succeed.
Matt, did you say try to emulate Fred Rogers?
Yes. Yes, I said that. Imagine if I didn't have Fred Rogers in my life, what a fucking lunatic I'd be. I'd probably be in prison.
Oh. No, don't think that way.
No, I do think that way, and it's because Fred Rogers is, you know, I try to be.
I would love to see you do a PBS Fred Rogers show, but don't. You gotta keep cursing, man. That would just be fantastic.
Listen, you little cum stains. We're going to the land of make believe.
Oh my god.
We're gonna get fucking deplatformed. Fucking Pinkerton's gonna call me. Hey Matt, you can't be saying that stuff on the gravy no more. Calling little kids cum stains and whatnot.
No. No,
I don't
no, no.
No, I got a bunch of Fred. I got for Christmas. I got a deck of Fred Rogers playing cards.
Nice.
I got a Fred Rogers like autobiography. No, not biography.
Mhm.
And then I got like a Fred Rogers like daily living. Like it's like you read a little passage
Yeah,
every morning.
that's good stuff.
While you tie your shoes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, or slip them on, as the case
Okay.
might be.
Right.
Put on my fucking cardigan.
I love cardigans. They're the best.
I've never been.
Love me. Say that you love me. Isn't that the Cardigans?
Wrong
Mm,
cardigan.
wrong kind. Yeah.
Wow, Brian.
Fool me.
Go ahead and fool me.
Keep it up, guys. We're gonna get a copyright strike.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked.
Sound just
Hey, we're
like
gonna get a call from Pinkerton.
So hey, Matt, let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
So this. Ooh, what the hell is that?
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Amber Alert.
Broadcast
Uh,
emergency.
Emergency
Sorry
broadcasting
about
network.
Danger, Will Robinson.
It's a little
So
scary to hear that today, to be honest.
yeah.
Mm.
So this really very attractive girl, say it's a friend of your significant other or something,
Mhm.
comes up and wants to give you a big old hug. You've never met her, and she's just like a 10 out of 10. You go in for the hug, you look in her breast pocket, and there's a Super 7 figure sticking out of it. What do you do?
So this is the first time I've met her or interacted with her.
Yeah.
I number one, I don't care what she's got in her pocket. I don't care what she looks like. She ain't getting a hug. Maybe if we have a nice evening, you know, we're talking about cyberpunk and dystopian futures.
And
You hit it
Cardigans.
off well.
Yeah, and like we get along, like you might get a hug on the way home. But if she has a Super 7 in her pocket and that's the case, I pull the Super 7 out, I'll be like, excuse me for a second. You got some shit on you. Pull it out of her pocket, stomp it to oblivion, hug her, be like, see you later.
Have a nice life.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
KJ
You
is
got-
right about one thing though. Like he says, let's not forget about the dudes that think that a chick giving them a hug means they want to bang them, because
Yeah.
like that's not a thing. That's not even remotely a thing. Like just because a chick gives you a hug does not mean she wants to bang
Like
you.
it's game on, right?
It's not even.
And that's what
Nope.
I think Matt was kind of getting at earlier, too.
Yeah, it's and I hate to say it, being a dude, but just dudes can't act right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if a chick wants to bang you, you'll know. Like, you'll know.
Really?
You'll know. Oh yeah. Like that's not like chicks don't.
Right.
They
Yeah,
don't
they're not just
about that.
right.
Like,
You
if
either
if
know or
it's
you
on,
don't.
It's on, right? And if you don't know, that means she doesn't. So just let's go there. You know, it's
Right.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Just to assume that a hug means that. Women
Right.
are just notoriously more affectionate. That's just the way they are.
Right. And that kind of makes me uncomfortable.
I can understand that.
No, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. That's like I do get what you're saying, and I wish it was more acceptable for like dudes to hug. You know what I mean? Like I think that's more where the problem lies. You know what I mean? Like a dude like hey man, you're my friend, you're my family or whatever. And being able to show some sort of affection to another dude and be not for some fucking third party dickhead to be like, hey, look at the gays. It's like fucking who cares, man? You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I think that
Like-
it's like a stigma for men to be affectionate. And
Right.
That's really stupid. Because
Right.
then it turns into like the only reason why somebody gives them affection is because they want to bang them or some shit. Like then it turns into that
Right.
excuse.
I've never even had a problem with that. My mind's not even gone there. It's like, dude, you're my bro. I want to give you a hug, and that's
Right.
All
pretty
right.
much it.
Yeah.
Right. That's good stuff. Definitely.
Yeah, it's difficult to unpack, but like I said, I do people that like you first met me, you just learned my first name and you want to hug me. I'm good. Let's we work into that. You know what I mean? Like I also hate people who tell me they love me. Like out of you're in a relationship or whatever, or your family, or like your close friends. But like I had people that be like, "Oh, I love you." It's like, no, you don't. Just you use that word, and every time you use it, it loses some of its value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I feel you. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I have more of a problem with handshakes than hugs, actually.
Yeah,
really?
Good,
People,
So do
good
I.
firm handshake. You got to get your hand all the way in there, and then a nice firm clamp. When
Yeah.
you get like the 3 fingers or something like that, it's like, oh, that makes me fucking cringe.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
what
then
about the dead
you look
fish?
down and the guy only
Yeah.
has 3 fingers.
Well, I can make an exception then.
The dead fish is the worst. Or what about when you shake someone's hand and it's wet?
Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all
That's a
kinds of
problem.
fucking creepy there.
Yeah, and you're just like, how is your hand wet? Like, did you just get out of the pool?
Like wet, like gross wet.
Did you just get done washing your hands, or did you just get done not washing your hands?
Right. Like,
Right.
there's something going on here that I'm not okay with. And I'm not talking damp. You know, it's hot out. Your hair, you know, whatever. You're working with your hair. You got a little dampness going on. That's okay. But like, I'm talking wet. Like fucking merman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Merman.
Like merman. For real. It's gross.
And I
man.
find, and this is gonna sound super sexist of me. I found women's hands are always wet. Like,
Because they're constantly putting fucking lotion on for some reason. They carry it in their purse. It's like a constant thing. They've always got lotion on. It's like always. Every 30 seconds, they're fucking squirting lotion. Want those soft hands. Don't want old lady hands. You know, all these shit. It's always said.
Keep fucking with them. You're gonna have old lady hands. You keep fucking with them.
you gotta catch these old lady hands.
Sorry, I had to stretch.
I don't worry with that shit. I got tattoo hands.
They're gonna look fucking dope no matter what.
Yep. Yeah, I was just, as Mike brought that up, I was just thinking of that. Like, you know, the majority of women who I've like actually shaken their hand, like the real like wet offenders have been women.
Yeah.
It's wild stuff.
Yeah. And KJ's right. Like they get clammy. Like women have constant clammy hands. It's like an instant, like if their anxiety goes up, it's clammy. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just making a list for fucking Pinkerton and call me out on.
You got it all written down?
Yeah, he's writing it right now. Like, oh, he said the sex thing. Said women have wet hands. I don't even know what that means. Can't have that.
You have some pretty colorful descriptions, I will admit. I could just see some kid. Where did you hear this? You know, like on the Christmas Story. Schwartz. No, that heard from ShelfGravy.
Yeah, right. You just called your little brother a cum stain. Where'd you hear that?
Well, I mean, we do warn people that it is an after hours show. So, you know.
It's on at 9.
Sometimes we're not even on till almost 9:30, so.
Like your little kid should be in bed.
Yeah. If
Talking to you, Night of Ren. Showing for you.
If they're up later than that, they've probably heard worse already.
Yeah. Right. I like that. That is a nice sculpt, though, JD.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is it like super fine? Like, does it seem like super delicate?
Mm-mm.
No, it's solid. It's just it's got a lot of stuff here.
A lot going on.
It definitely doesn't feel like the ears are gonna snap off or anything like that. Like it's
solid.
yeah.
Because it's resin, correct? It's not like
Yeah.
So you're just layering that white over and over and over again.
Yeah, I am. Because
It's pretty
God
cool.
damn it.
I like the contrast with the gold. It looks really
Yeah.
nice.
I'm gonna get a lot more gold and
Yeah.
blue,
Like with the skin tone and everything, like every time you do something else, it just pops even more and more. It's really good looking.
So the what we thought was a gem is a scarab.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know what we want to do. Do I still want to paint it red?
I think so.
I agree.
Okay.
What color are scarabs? They're like green, right? Like a metallic green almost.
I thought they
Or
were
is
like
that-
black.
Yeah.
But they had like a metallic to them. You know, they got like a shine.
It could be any
Kind of
color
like
you
Danny
want.
Torrance.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, just give me a minute here. I gotta get up and stretch. My fucking back is killing me.
Well, we can take a minute and see what everybody else is into.
Yes. So I will be right back.
Greg T thinks you should paint it emerald green.
Emerald green.
That would look good.
Yeah, that's what color I was thinking.
So maybe look up some pictures while you're taking your little stroll and see what you want to, how you really want to handle that, you know?
Okay.
Maybe pull up some pictures of some Egyptian pharaoh stuff and kind of play it by ear.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do this. No,
Stick it in the phone.
White caps.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Lovely. So where are you guys at with stuff?
I don't know. I'm fucking all over the place.
I got all three of my squid gladiators got their tentacles all slimed up. And
Nice.
I'm very happy with them.
Very cool.
I started doing some weathering on that skeleton that I showed earlier and kind of changed my mind. So he's back on the shelf for now.
Yeah, didn't like the weathering, huh?
I started doing it and I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't quite. When I originally did it, I wanted him to look like his armor was like all frosty, like, you know, kind of iced over and whatnot. And I added some of that color and it didn't quite jive. So took it back off and I'll wait for inspiration to hit me some other time.
Now, do you think you would be as into Mythic Legions, Mike, if you didn't paint?
No, I think because Mythic Legions really got me back into doing customizing and painting and all that stuff. So
yep.
No, if I wasn't into doing that, I probably would not be as into them.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't have multiples of every figure.
Right. No, that makes sense. Do you think that line kind of gets hurt? Not that it's that there's no kind of fiction to it. It's just kind of like its own thing. Do you think that hurts the brand overall? Like, do you think people aren't as into it because it's, there isn't like a comic or a book or anything?
No, I don't think so. Really, at least for me, not so much because you can kind of make it whatever you want.
Right.
There's no canon for it. There's like some comics, a little bit of limited lore for each figure, but I mean, you can really do what you want. So there's no guidelines or rules. So you can just,
Right.
I like that aspect of it.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, I get a very D&D. Like if you ever played
Yeah.
a D&D character, you could
Yeah, so-
probably create it in plastic.
Yeah, so that is one of the things that attracted me to the line is a lot of these figures are D&D-ish,
Mm-hmm.
you know, fantasy, you know, the elves,
Goblins,
the
orbs,
ogres, yeah, all that stuff. Because I've always liked the monsters better than the like human
Right.
type characters, but I like the fact that you can, you know, that all these third-party companies are making aftermarket head sculpts and stuff like what JD's making, and that just opens the door for all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun to the hobby too, because like my Transformers, I'll look at them like, yeah, they're cool, and I mean, I need to dust them really bad, but I never take them down and mess with them. My Legend scales or the just the mainline ones I'll mess with because they're just fun to mess with. They're easy to transform, not like a Fans
Masterpiece.
Toys, you know, something that's takes you a goddamn hour and you have to look up YouTube to figure out how to do it again or something.
Right.
You know, they're cool looking and they're great quality, but they're just not really. They're kind of a statue.
Right. They're a posable statue. Yeah.
for
No,
me.
agreed.
Yeah, for me.
So if you ever want to dust them, you could use the makeup brushes because Brian's saying
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
And
I
his
like that
little
little
Muppet.
Koosh ball looking thing that he's got.
They're fantastic.
I'm in. Brian, are you having a snack? What do you got there?
I was hankering for a hunk of cheese, so I got
Nice.
some smoked
I might
cheddar.
have to get a hunk of cheese myself. What do you need there, punk?
I fixed it
You fixed your remote.
all on my own.
Okay. Well, why don't you brush your teeth and get yourself together, put
Why?
on a movie, and get ready for it. You have school in the morning.
So
It's the way it goes. We're still on the show. See, everybody's right there. You're backing away, scared. Okay. Hey, do your thing. Just get yourself together. I'll come check on you in a few minutes. You can say hi though. Say hi. You don't have to come and get on camera. Just say hi.
hi.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
They said hello. Everybody said hello.
Greetings and salutations. Do you know what book that's from?
Matt said greetings and salutations. Do you know what book that's from? You do. You don't remember right now? She doesn't remember right now.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
Ah.
You did know that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the one where the pig gets slaughtered, right?
Wilbur? No, Wilbur does not get slaughtered.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Animal Farm, right? Doesn't that happen in Animal Farm? I don't remember.
No, because the pigs are in charge.
The pigs are in charge. That's right.
No, Charlotte dies alone. No one's there when she dies.
Poor Charlotte.
Yep. That's what happens. Life of a Spider-Man.
I know. I'm afraid of those fucking things too. Really bad.
Really?
Like,
My
that's-
stepdaughter is too, and it bothers me because she's like, kill it. I'm like, well, I'd rather be full of spiders than have one fly.
Yeah.
I cannot abide by flies. I
agree.
Ugh.
That's like I don't mind snakes because they keep the mice population down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind snakes. I mean, my sister had a pet snake. It really didn't bother me. I didn't like watching it eat, but I didn't really care either way. Spiders are just there's just something about them that kind of gives me.
They're alien. They're alien, and snakes kind of fall into that pocket too. Just the way they move, the way they kind of scuttle around.
I don't know. I like lizards a lot. Like I had a water dragon once. They're pretty awesome. Like I don't know. Snakes don't. I don't know. They don't really bother me.
Yeah,
Spiders just freak me the fuck out. Like I just think they're. I don't know.
they're very alien. They're alien.
I think it's more like they bite me. I've had more spider bites in my life than any bug ever.
Really?
more than mosquitoes or anything. And it's
Really?
just yeah. Yep.
You
My
must
grandma
be
used
eating.
to what?
I've never been bitten in a spider in my 44 years on the face of the earth.
Constantly. My grandma would be like, "You got sweet blood, honey. That's all that's wrong with you." And I'm
Yeah,
like, I
that
don't know if that's what it is, but
I think she's kind of onto something.
yeah, I've had problems with that. And mosquitoes really chew me up too, but I've always had issues with spiders.
I mean, I'll get tore up from the floor up from mosquitoes, but I've never been bitten by a spider.
That's wild, man. No, they chew me up. And you can always tell too, because like you can see the actual puncture marks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 2, right? I used to have,
Yeah.
I had one on the palm of my hand, and it was there for years. Actually, I think there it is.
You
Still.
can see the puncture marks.
Yep, I can still see one of them.
I'd swell up from them too and stuff like that. Mosquitoes make me swell too, but like spiders were always worse. And so I just have a sensitivity to bugs, man. All different types, arachnids and other such things. Yeah. I think that's why they freak me out so bad, because I have a sensitivity to them, and I've always been bitten by them. I'm like,
Yeah, and you're just like, I'm good with you.
yeah, like I have conversations with them if I see them in the house. I'm like, look, you just stay where you are. I'm gonna stay over here, and we're not gonna have a problem. Like everything's gonna be fine. You know, like you don't have to come and get me. You don't have to bite me in the middle of the night. You don't need to crawl in bed with me. Everything's cool. You just stay where you are. I'll stay here. You can eat all the bugs in the fucking house. I don't give a shit.
Right. Please do.
I don't want to kill you. Like you stay chill. You stay where you are. I'm gonna stay where I am. And I have these conversations, and it still turns into a thing.
They don't listen.
Maybe I don't speak their language.
Maybe. No, Sid hates them. She can't. And it's like she's, working to be in the green industry and do like landscape design and shit. And it's like, you got to get over the spider thing, man. I mean, she's not she's way better than she used to be, but.
Yeah, and I love being outside, and I love hiking through the woods and stuff like that. And I don't even like, I like going off the path, like I just, whatever. And it turned into a thing where once Elijah got taller than me, he would take the lead, and we started calling him Q-Tip because he'd get all the spider webs out of the way when we were
Right.
That's a good use of resources.
Yeah, you gotta use what you got. That's an important, valuable skill to have in life. Just look around you, see what you got, use it, and keep on trucking. But I definitely, me and spiders aren't friends for some reason.
So do you freak out in scenes in like Indiana Jones when he's like walking through the spider webs?
A little bit, but arachnophobia gets me worse. I can't watch that movie. I've cried watching that movie on occasion.
Leave a message and I'll call you back.
Oh wow, with Gwen Stefani. I'd rather a room literally filled full of spiders than a single tick.
JD, what is the plan here?
Yeah, since
So
it's like
is the white a base, or I'm not worried about time. I'm curious about what the
the white is essentially a base color that I want the white to come through.
Okay.
Instead of like that sand color, I should have just primed this thing white and been done with it. I'll have some. So
what are you doing now? You're doing stripes. You're doing the.
And you're having challenges being on camera as well.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. So there'll be some touching up to do with this.
That's okay though. I mean, at least
you're just freehanding. Are there actual?
No, it's in the sculpt.
Okay, all right.
You can kind of see it along the edge.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
Yeah. I'm hoping as you go, we can kind of see those details a little clearer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult when it's just one flat color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, though.
I keep hearing dust. Wowie, wow, wow. every time I hear somebody say "wow." That's what I hear. Wowie, wow, wow.
I like his Scooby Doo villain imitations too. Pretty funny.
Oof.
His walking is pretty good too.
It's not
When
bad.
he's on with that, he's not bad.
I think that's one that kind of just takes a little bit of practice, maybe, because
I think you got to fall into the cadence of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think once you find it and you just kind of keep, going with it, it gets easier
over time.
Yeah.
I never tried to do very many impersonations, so I don't know how that works. You stand in front of the mirror and do that for a while or something.
I don't. I have a hard time acting like myself. We need to throw somebody else in the mix.
So KJ Smith says, "Fuck man, I'm so allergic to spider bites. Kill them all. Man, I'm the only person that gets bit by them." No, I'm serious, KJ. I have a problem too. And then Charlotte Andor says, "Good times."
Good times.
Good times.
A fussing and a feuding. Good times.
I really like this head sculpt, man. Like I like it a lot. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's definitely Anubis vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What color is this that you're using
This
right now?
is that Cantor Blue.
Cantor Blue, the same one you did the dry brush.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, I will take spiders over ticks. I fucking ugh.
Oh yeah.
Me too. I feel a bump on the dogs and I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Yep.
Yeah, we live in the woods, so I'm always checking our dog.
Yep.
She got one like right underneath her eye one time. I'm like, what the? That's a motherfucking tick. And I was able to get it off because it hadn't burrowed yet, but took her to the vet and I'm like, hey, I saw this on her and make sure she's okay. And yeah, I fucking hate those things.
Well, I had Lyme disease once already. I don't want it again.
So did Elijah.
Ugh, it fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got these ticks up here. They're like new. They're Texas Lone Star ticks. I don't know. You guys have probably heard about it, where you can get bitten and you become allergic to meat.
I've heard of that.
What?
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's the Lone Star tick, and they don't know a whole lot about them. Like, they don't know why some people get allergic to it, and some people allergic to meat for life. Some people allergic to it for 6 months. The severity can be anywhere from like upset stomach to anaphylactic shock.
Wow.
Jesus.
It's fucking wild. And they're aggressive too. Like most like your common deer tick and dog tick, they just kind of hang out on a piece of grass and just if you go by them, they'll hop on and chow down. But like the Lone Stars will like actively stalk different creatures and animals, including people. Like they're fucking gross.
Greg T says it's red meat, and then he says it's no joke, these ticks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know anything about that.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No.
Matt, if you couldn't eat red meat, what would you encrust in salt every year?
Right?
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Do babies count? Like, what is baby? Is baby a red meat? Or is that more pork?
I don't know.
It's like lamb.
You made me think about my one girlfriend who went into the hospital to have one of her children and told all the nurses dead baby jokes for the entirety of her visit.
That's the kind of woman you marry. No, I would probably. That's a good question, Brian. Probably some sort of fish, I think.
Yeah.
I think I would fuck with some fish.
What's your go-to fish?
I'm a big fan of cod.
Hmm.
I don't like salmon.
Why?
I find it very fishy. It's very fishy. It's very cat foody.
Hmm.
And I'm not a huge fan of it. I like cod. I like farm-raised catfish.
Yeah.
Trout is good.
I don't think
Mackerel is.
trout is more fishy than salmon. Really?
Oh, absolutely not. I've cleaned so much salmon working at a restaurant. You clean a salmon and your hands stink. Like I'll eat it if it's prepared right, but it's not like a go-to. You know, if I'm going to the fish market or a restaurant, I'm not ordering salmon 9 times out of 10. We don't have fish as much as I'd like to because Sydney doesn't like fish, so she won't eat it. And then Sal doesn't like the way it makes the house smell. So if I'm cooking fish, it's outside on the grill.
JD doesn't like it.
Yeah, I don't like fish.
Not a seafood guy.
Not even like fried fish, like fish and chips.
Nope.
I love fish and chips.
Me
Oh.
too.
That's my favorite fish meal.
I haven't had that in a long
I like smoked salmon a lot too. I can eat that shit forever.
Yeah, I don't mind it smoked. What about like
Yeah.
shellfish, JD?
Nope.
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 No shrimps?
Nope.
No scrimps?
Dude, that
No.
paella I made
Nope.
at my mom's
No
house,
scrimps.
That looked amazing.
shit was good.
No king crab.
Nothing. No
Oh,
seafood at all.
I love it. I'll eat all of it. I don't even care.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Raw oysters. I fuck up some raw oysters.
I had
I'm
those for the first time like
Been a minute.
3 or 4 years ago. It was a big project, and the project manager was like, took me out. He's like, you ever have oysters? I'm like, nope. And basically, it tasted like horseradish and hot sauce because that's what they put on.
Mm. Now,
remember
did you? This is a personal question, Brian. Are you ready? And
Sure.
you don't have to answer. After you had the oysters, did you feel funny in your nethers?
To be honest, Matt, I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention.
Because I'll tell you what, I get some oysters up in me, and unleash the beast.
Really? Well, that's what they say. They're an
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah, like I'm not even playing around. It's like, man, I gotta go. Like somebody's got to take care of this, whether it's you or me or somebody.
Matt needs a hug.
Because I can't walk. I can't walk, and I forgot what my last name is. Fucking no blood in my brain anymore.
So Matt, I know
Running out of skin.
KJ is from your kind of neck of the woods.
He is. Yep.
And my father lived on Plum Island. What? And he said some good smelts, meaning I guess good smells. Or...
No, smelts. They're small little fish, almost like a minnow. And what people typically do with them is you cut the head off, you scoop out the guts, and then you deep fry them. It's like a little. They're in the sardine family, I believe.
That's what I'd say. They're small. I thought they were like guppies almost. I guess they're not.
No. They're like a mid-sized sardine.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, seafood up here is kind of a big deal. You know, lobster, chowders, all kinds of fish. You know, it's not a joke.
Now, are you a Manhattan clam chowder guy? Or
Get the fuck out of here with that New York trash. That's not chowder. That's some sort of fucking tomato-based fucking soup. If you're making a chowder, whether fish or clam, it's got to have a cream base, not this red shit. That's a fucking minestrone on crack.
I hear you.
Which do you prefer, Brian?
I've never had clam chowder.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
What do they don't have seafood in Delaware?
No, I just it doesn't seem. I'm kind of in the fish in the fish. I'm kind of in the JD boat. I was never really big on fish, because I didn't like the way it smelled. And but I'll eat fried shrimp and stuff like that. But I've kind of come around to eating fish.
Okay.
But clam chowder, like I'm not. I don't know, like creamy.
Do you like cream-based soups?
I'm not a big creamy soupy guy.
Then you're off the hook. Yeah, that if you don't really care for like a cream-based soup, like I don't know.
I mean, I've had some like corn chowder and stuff like that before, but I don't know. Clams are kind of like they're kind of chewy, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Not sure about how I feel about that. I tell you, I have invented macaroni and cheese soup, and I have to tell you, it's fucking great.
Macaroni and cheese soup? You've invented this?
Yeah. It's basically a beer cheese soup with penne
noodles in it.
Yeah. It's a roasted broccoli, of course.
Okay.
It's great.
I'm not a big fan of the beer cheese soups.
No?
No, it's a little too much. A little too much. But I any soup, like pretty much any soup I'm gonna eat. I love soup.
That's what we had for dinner tonight. We had soups.
You know what I had for dinner tonight? Oven fries. I didn't have anything with it. Like I bought like 5 pounds of potatoes
this is Brian
last week, and I was like, I gotta eat these potatoes. And I was like, I made 4 potatoes worth of oven fries.
Fuck yeah.
And I made like a sriracha ketchup with sour cream kind of dipping sauce.
Mm.
Dude, it was fucking good.
So do you have like a fry cutter?
Nope, I dice them up, cut them up myself.
Like lengthwise?
Yeah. So I cut the potato in half, and then I half those, and then that's how I make the fries. Yeah. So they're not super long.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Just fries.
Yeah, I didn't feel like making other things.
To be single again.
I love potatoes.
I tossed them in some olive oil, Weber garlic seasoning stuff that I can't get enough of.
Oof.
It's like, go ahead.
Do you have an air fryer, Brian?
I don't.
I was wondering if you did that and threw them in an air fryer, how that would turn out.
Put everything in the oven.
They'd probably be pretty good in there.
Yeah, I'm sure it would work, and probably wouldn't take as long to cook, most likely.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, it takes like 20-something minutes to cook these things. Potatoes take a long time to cook, man.
Yeah, they do. I like dicing them up into little tiny cubes and then throwing them in some olive oil and frying those up. Not exactly healthy, but fucking they're good.
Yeah, I got to be careful with my potato. I'd eat potatoes every day, and it's just not the greatest for you.
No.
I love potatoes.
Yeah, me too.
Potatoes.
Anything and everything potatoes.
Grind them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
That's right.
I want to try to make potato gnocchi. Doesn't look that hard. I think I could do it. I think it's not that it's hard, it's just time consuming.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to try that too. I'll get there.
Yep. No, it's just the time, because you basically just make the dough and then, roll them out or whatever.
Yeah. Can't forget to put the little fork indentations in them, though.
Yeah, I mean, do they get rolled out? Don't they get like extruded? Like, don't you put in a piping bag or something? I thought they were like little nuggets for some reason.
They are, but usually, like I've seen people like they create like a tube, and then they cut them into like little, basically bite sizes, and then you take the underside of a fork and kind of make ridges in it. So whatever sauce you decide to use, like adheres to the gnocchi.
That's
So
right.
yeah, you can basically take it and roll it out like Play-Doh into
Mm-hmm.
like a long wiener and just
Wiener.
That's
Snake.
what I called it. With Play-Doh. I mean, come on. And then just make little nips as you go.
Nips.
Uh-huh.
P. Ferguson's here. He says he's late today. Don't worry, P. Ferguson. We're running late.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep, we're
We got
we're
a
gonna be here a minute.
complicated piece here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of which, folks, I think I'm going to have to sign off.
Mike's got to get some dinner.
Wow.
Dinner, and I got to get up at 4 o'clock, so
Yeah.
it comes early.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna be. What time is it? Midnight?
9
Mhm.
o'clock here. Midnight for you guys.
Yeah, I got to be up in 4 hours.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
yeesh.
I run on fucking hate and anger. I just think about Baby Yoda. I get mad. I think about Firefly. I get mad.
Super
Cat
I'm
7.
in
awake.
the dark side.
Every time I look at my Super 7 Merman on my shelf, I'm just going to start laughing.
Yep. Punch him, Brian. Punch him.
That's Brian's favorite part.
Pa-pow, pa-pow. They should release that figure and call him Fisto.
They did release the figure. I got him right there.
Does he have actual punching action?
No.
Can you put a punching fist on him?
He comes with Yoda in a sack.
Oh no.
That's funny.
Remember those old school, like that was like one of the features, like you'd pull the arm back and it could punch.
Spring
Like on-
loaded action. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that thing needs.
I
Or
agree.
the whole torso winds back and whoosh.
Yeah. But all right, fellas and madam, I am going to go to bed.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
It's been a pleasure as always.
All right.
Beautiful
night,
work on that
fellas.
painting, JD. It looks
Hey,
Good night.
thanks.
Good night.
night, folks.
Oh boy.
It was just us.
Now it's
No.
just us.
Then there was 2, 3. Oh,
You okay? You getting cross-eyed over there?
yes. I'm gonna have to call off work tomorrow. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna be able to see.
I mean, there's always like a situation where we can stop where you are and you can finish it
Mhm.
next show or something.
That's true.
I mean, I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Let it
That's
rest.
true.
I did this to myself.
It's okay. I mean, it is midnight. You've been at it since 9:30.
Yeah. We'll do a little bit more here and then
Just a little bit more.
Just a
just
little.
a little bit more.
little.
We'll see where we're at.
Okay. No problem.
Gotta touch some of this stuff up though too.
Did you look up the scarab thing?
Yeah. Blacks and metal colors and
Hmm.
jades. Like jade color.
That might not be a terrible idea. That could look
Yeah,
cool.
I wanna do it. I think I'm gonna stick with like that emerald, like Greg had suggested.
Nice.
Got a nice green here that I want to use.
I like green. Green's a good color.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm so quiet, everyone.
Concentrating
Yeah,
very hard.
I'm actually working on some spreadsheets. I forgot I had to work.
Whoa.
I know.
Spreading cheeks.
Back to it.
Blast from the past.
So are you back in the office yet, or are you still working at home?
Oh no, I'm still working from home. We probably won't be going back for quite a
A
while.
long time. Just curious. I know some places are kind of
No,
back and forth, you know.
Delaware's spiking like crazy. So
Huh.
it's like nuts. Like Even up in Maine, my mom was telling me, it's like they're spiking there too. So everyone's spiking. You know, I think that new strain or whatever that they found in the UK, like that's just probably already been here for a while. That's what my guess is.
Probably.
But the vaccine is coming. It'll get it to everybody eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that
Just
shit.
in time for
Ain't putting
TFCon.
that shit in me. I don't know what that shit does. Ain't putting that shit in me. I know nurses and doctors that have already started
Mm-hmm.
taking or getting the vaccine done, and they're fucking sick as shit.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So
This is gonna be like a flu situation. Like this thing's just gonna fucking keep mutating every single year, like the flu.
why you gotta be all Debbie Downer about it?
Because you're better off just fucking keeping your immune system strong and fighting it off yourself.
I know some things that do that, like black walnut extract.
Mm-hmm.
That boosts your immune system like insanely. So does the herb marjoram. That is a huge immune system booster. Anyway,
Yes.
Drew said, JD, have you tried using ink to paint with? I have started using white ink for the whites of the eyes, and it doesn't seem to be as chalky as paint, and it goes on very smooth. I think is how that.
No, I'll have to check this out though.
White ink.
Interesting.
Does sound
nice.
Like it might be something I might want to check out at some point.
That's what they use for dyeing figures, right?
Dyeing figures?
Yeah, like when you did the when did I stumble across this? I stumbled across this, I think, early on before I heard about the realm and stuff. I was following, some YouTubers, or maybe I was listening to it on some other podcasts where they were talking about you can dye parts with ink instead of painting them or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember hearing something like this.
Huh. I mean, it's probably a thing.
You used synthetic.
Yeah, we used
Brit, but synthetic, because Brit now has the synthetic dyes specifically, and that's what we used for Pinkerton's ogres. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you just dye the joints and paint everything else? Or you dyed the entire figure? The entire ogre?
We dyed the entire figure, dismantled it, and
you didn't have to strip the green paint off?
Yep.
You just
no, but that's why we had to paint after the fact, because it made it like a really dark brown.
Right. But at least the joint parts were not green any longer, right? Like the elbow joints and the knee joints and stuff,
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like I ended up fully painting the figures anyway, just because the joints were a little bit darker. Or how did that work? I'm trying to remember how that worked. Yeah, I think the joints were a bit darker than the rest of it.
Right.
So I just painted everything so that it all matched after the fact, you know what I mean? And then if there was, or if there is to be any paint rub down the road, you know what I mean, everything's going to be pretty pretty close.
Right. Yeah, I would expect you'd want to paint it anyway to get it close to the Fury Orc color.
Yeah,
Because just how would you judge like how much dye to use, and all that other stuff to get it?
Well, the thing with the dye is just you dump the whole bottle in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just follow the instructions. They actually have some helpful hints and stuff like that on their website as well. But yeah, you're using the whole bottle, and I mean you can bottle that back up and use it again, because you gotta boil it, and then when it's hot enough is when you put the figure in to actually dye it. I don't know if I'm making any sense or not.
Oh, you are. I get it.
It was fun though. I have to. I need to do it again, like a bunch of times for some Star Wars customs that I have to finish. Brian's typing away.
Yeah, man. I was doing some metrics on just how many spreadsheets I created for this project.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something along the lines of like 500 or something like that.
Jesus.
And I haven't had to generate any in about a month. And after I create them, I gotta send them out to somebody and to process them. And I've kind of forgotten the instructions that I used to send to them. It's so funny. Like, you do something so many times, and then if you don't do it for just a short period of time, you kind of
you kind of lose it. I get that.
Charlotte says her mom used to work with Rit dye at a quilt shop. She dropped a huge pot of it in her shoe and got some pretty bad burns.
Oof.
Oh,
she
wow.
said huge, not huge. I said huge. I said wrong.
So, like, was the dye boiling, or was it like a chemical reaction, like lye or something like that?
That's a good question.
I'd be kind of curious.
I don't know. I did like working with that figure and the synthetic stuff. It was pretty cool. It was really interesting to watch how that worked.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, we got to do it again because I have some Star Wars customs that I need to. I'm just dyeing stuff black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm doing like 4 of them. So
I think I heard I had to step away for a few minutes, but I heard you say something about how you had to paint the figure after the fact anyway.
Yeah.
But what it did was, because the joints were they're a different plastic or density, I guess I should say. It dyed them completely, like, which was what we were trying to really accomplish, because the joints are really hard to paint. They don't
really hold the paint unless you grind them down, and then you got to do like all this extra stuff to have the joint actually hold up. And then you're compromising the integrity of the figure,
because you're grinding away the joint.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, the color that it turned really wasn't that bad.
No.
But it was like a brownish purple color. So It's actually
Yeah,
it's kind of neat. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It looked good when it was done. So
Exactly.
Zachary.
So how you feeling about this? It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm really digging it.
It's all right. It's very bright right now.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be for a minute.
Yeah. We're gonna put a nice heavy wash when this is all done.
Drew says maybe we could record the dyeing process and post it as a tutorial. I mean, we could probably do something like that, but there's also a good chance we might be able to work that into a show at some point too.
Yeah. It's kind of one of the reasons I haven't dyed those figures yet. It's because I was kind of thinking like, oh, I wonder if maybe we could just do a show from the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
The fucking black hole of the house.
Show from the kitchen.
Yeah, our Wi-Fi does not reach into the kitchen at all.
It's just the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere else in the house.
It's-
Just the kitchen.
And I mean, it's okay in the laundry room. It's a little, you don't get full bars out there, but I just think it's really weird that the kitchen is a complete dead zone. It's a little weird.
JD, this is really looking good.
Thanks, mister.
Hey, by the way, do you still have that Ultra Magnus that I gave you? I was going to come up with a design for doing it.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking about that the other day. I'd like to revisit that project.
Well, yeah, he's here and he's been waiting.
I wouldn't mind doing some different tutorials on the show too of other things as we go.
Oh yeah. I mean,
she said it would be a temp burn. Her shoe basically absorbed the scalding dye / water.
So okay, the water was hot.
Ouch.
Yeah, gotta be careful with that stuff.
That sounds awful.
It's interesting working at a quilt shop doing some dyeing. I'm guessing at a quilt shop you're not just making quilts, but I mean, my mom does a lot of quilting. Well, at least she used to, and they're mainly working with scraps a lot of the times, and they they have scraps that have different colors and things like that and stuff. But I'm wondering if you're at a quilt shop, and you have to make like maybe a certain quilt over and over and over again, you maybe have to dye certain fabrics to get what you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just dyeing mass amounts of fabric to the proper colors. Yeah. That makes sense. That's cool. I have some quilt ideas. I wouldn't mind giving myself a run at it.
A challenge.
Dude, my mom's made. I mean, she just like hangs them on her. Well, you saw that one during ETR. Was it 2 Mondays ago? Yeah, that was basically a quilt, and and then she had those embellishments there that looked like flowers, which were basically just random printed fabric that was red, right? And so she used it for the flowers.
And she just kind of twisted them, right? Like they looked like they were kind of twisted into like a little spun. And it looked really cool.
But she, I mean, she's got a long arm quilting machine up there, and all that stuff. And she ran a business for a few years when she was still down in Virginia.
Nice. That's very cool. Takes a lot of time
Yeah.
to do things like that.
And it's funny too. Like I didn't realize, like all of the choices for design and stuff. Obviously, you have the layout of the fabrics that you're using,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's like the different kinds of batting that you use. Like, is it going to be like a real puffy quilt, or is it going to be like not as puffy, I guess? And then you have the thread pattern that's used that basically sews designs, to keep all the pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wild, man. It's a lot of work to make those, and like to think that people would make them by hand back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever help her?
No, I never helped her make one.
Charlotte says Brink is about to break out some quilting spreadsheets.
I should have took some pictures of the room that my mom had everything set. I mean, this woman is like the queen of organization. It's
Maybe that's where you get it from.
maybe I'm not as organized as I.
You're a pretty organized person, man. Like
comparatively, I'm pretty organized and prepared, but I live in a state of chaos. Many times, I just have the chaos organized in my mind.
Well, that's important. That's an important thing. I understand.
No, but when you see me outside of my chaos, it's no, I seem pretty organized. Yes, when I'm out places and stuff like that, I'm prepared. Things like that.
You hear that, lady? Brian's got his shit together. Mostly.
He's probably got his shit together better than most of us.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't even think there's much of like a real organized plan around here. No. Like everything's just kind of, it's where it is. It's fine. Fine. Him and I have been talking about redoing some I guess displays and stuff like that, moving some things around, getting some things set up to dissect some rooms and do some other painting and things like that. And he said something to me a couple of weeks ago. We were kind of bored and hanging out, and he was like, maybe we should reorganize some shelves today. And he mentioned some ideas about how he wanted to do it, and I just got really stressed out in my head. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean how are we gonna do it? I need specifics because things are fine the way they are. Why do we have to change them?
I found, it's funny when you have so many people that you interact with that have displays of their own, right? And you see how they've done things, and you kind of look at the state of what your display is in, especially if you're just kind of starting out and getting stuff organized. It's like you put stuff up on the shelf, and you just have to realize that it doesn't have to be there like that permanently. It's like it's just a constant growth. Like the stuff behind me, I've messed with over a couple weeks. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to put this here. And then now I'm going to experiment putting some risers in. And then I'll be like, do I like it? Do I not like it? The nice thing is you can always change it. But
yeah, that's true.
That's kind of counter to the way I do things. Like what I would typically do is plan, and then execute to the plan, and then be done and move on to the next thing. But I need to deprogram myself and just be like, look, we're just going to move along and change as necessary, either as the collection grows or you learn that the collection needs to shrink,
a little more winging it, a little less planning.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I've sat in this room, like, this is probably like a year ago. I once sat in here for like 2 hours and just like, that's going there. That's going there. That's going there. And then, it's like, you start putting it up and you're like, oh no. The plan is wrong. Screw it. I'm going downstairs, watch TV.
Yeah. After I stressed myself out so much about how he was planning on wanting to move things around. That's all I wanted to do. I was like, I just want to sit down. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
Mhm.
Because I'm much more of like an on the fly kind of person, you know, like tear it down and then on the fly put it back up, you know. But I kind of need I need an empty space to see
Right.
that it can be empty, you know, like just empty all the shelves and then we'll do it.
Right. But then it's like that there's so much stuff on the shelves. Where are you going to empty it to?
Where are
Right,
you gonna empty
right.
to? Yeah.
And then it's like, you know what? I'm going to make a big mess here. It's like, I'm not sure if I have time to make a mess and put the mess away, you know, kind of stuff. So,
Charlotte says, I have Dinobots and Stunicons standing around on my dresser like they are at a company picnic.
Hell yeah.
yeah. Like this looks organized on this side, but you guys should see this side. It's total chaos.
Yeah. I get
I
that.
got Marvel figures and Star Wars figures not standing. They're sleeping together on the shelf right now. All falling over.
It's like most people see those shelves that are behind us when we do like ETR and BTM and then we come in here and all they see is like the gray curtains. But if they saw the rest of this room,
That's a fucking mess.
the walls are random, very random, with carded figures. They're just hanging on thumbtacks all over the place. It's insane.
So when I started podcasting, this is the room that I did it in.
Yeah.
From the hangout. The good old hangout.
And then you moved into the Transformers room.
Yeah.
Mhm. Which is the room we were talking about kind of
Yeah,
starting
Oh, really?
sort of
Redoing.
sort of loose plans. Loose plans.
This thing is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, right? I'm sure your back is probably screaming by now.
It is.
It looks really good though. Like it's pretty impressive as far as how you're digging into all those details. Like look
Well,
at that
these
shit.
are all the little things that are scored into the
Yeah.
top of the headdress.
Crazy. I like it. It's pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Mhm. Wow.
So are you going to leave that as a white or?
I'll dumb it down. I mean, dull it down, not dumb
I'm
it
really
down.
kind of curious to see
How you
what
finish
the
it.
plan is here. Yeah.
Yeah. Drew wants to know if we put an order for the Alithia wave at
Oh
Four
fuck!
Horsemen, and what did you get?
Nope, not yet.
We'll probably do all in,
Yeah,
at
You
least
need
to
to
start
act
with.
like
Now.
you got a week, right?
Hmm.
I think it's the 8th.
Which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Thanks, Drew. Otherwise, oops.
Might have missed out on that one. Tonight is the last day.
What?
What? Oh. 8th at 9 p.m. Greg T says. Greg says. Sorry.
9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Yep. Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait. No, now it's Thursday.
Now it's, you mean Friday.
Tomorrow.
Friday.
So not tomorrow, the right, the real
Right.
tomorrow.
We crossed over midnight. We all got confused.
So you have until Friday at 9 p.m. This is
Mhm.
big. All right.
Okay. It might be easier to deal with. Got a little stressed there for a minute.
Mm,
We will probably do all in.
yeah.
I don't know if we'll get any doubles or triples at that point. I'll leave that up to him.
I mean,
but I definitely want all in.
I'm okay with a copy of each. You know what I mean?
I went
I
in, I think. And I
I
also
would like extras of the little vampire dog guys, but it's not a necessity.
I think I went all in, and then I got an extra Artemis silver cord in her. I like that outfit. I think that's a good
good look for her.
Well, it's a good look for her, but I think it's a good look. So I think I'd like to kit bash some using that outfit
Oh, cool.
that I made for her. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm leaving that like that
because it's just new. Like we haven't gotten a new sculpted body in a while.
Yeah. Greg says he went double all in.
Oh,
nice.
See, our problem is we don't do just legions, and
yeah,
there's a lot of other toy lines out there that are also, prying money from our cold, lifeless hands.
Yeah, that's why there's a scroll a lot of the time.
I have a pile of loot arriving tomorrow or today.
I had one arrive yesterday. It took up 3 of their bins.
Wow.
This
one's got my Astro Train in it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That does it, man. That is the completing piece.
That's it?
Yeah. That completes my season 1, season 2.
I missed it. I missed him.
He'll be back. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Greg says that he left Marvel Legends and Black Series behind, now just Legions and Motu Origins. And KJ says put a Scarlet head on it.
Put a Scarlet head on it. So Scarlet's head, unfortunately, is a little too small for the mythic bodies.
He already tried.
Yeah. Well,
and
I think.
Go ahead.
Who's that? Who's that girl in the Cabal who kind of makes up her own fiction? Her name is drawing a blank right now.
Doesn't Nikki do that sometimes?
No, Nikki's not who I'm thinking of. Crap. But anyway, she asked about the Scarlet Head, and I remember sitting here and I posted it as like a shrunken head on a Juno body. And she's like, "Oh my, that's not going to work at all." Lexi,
Greg, yeah,
Lexi.
Charlotte says, "Oh, I see what y'all are talking about now. I need to not look at Legions anymore. I will be in trouble real quick."
Oh,
yeah. I mean, this is why most of us are in trouble, Charlotte, and that's what the head he's painting goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have to. Like, you could kind of like customize your own figure, but a lot of people use these on Mythic Legions. It is a black hole, Greg. It really is. Really funny. We saw them at a toy show, and just there was no turning back. No turning back.
You pick up your first couple, and then it's pretty much all over from there.
It's just so fun to look at.
It's definitely like taking the red pill.
Yeah.
They're just so nice. They're well made, they're well painted, they're well sculpted, they're great, you know. I can't leave them alone once I start messing with them too. I usually just leave them alone because I can't.
Yeah, they're fun to pose, and you like just look at
Uh-huh.
them at different angles and stuff, and they're also shiny and well painted. Just
Yeah, it's kind of fucking crazy.
and the funny thing is, like, too, I think without the fiction,
Uh-huh.
you just kind of look at them and you kind of wonder. It's like, what's the story here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make shit up in your head, you know what I mean? It kind of invokes
Creativity.
that little kid in you, you know, that says, "Hey, this is my hero guy, and this is his arch nemesis."
Like, what's this one? This is one of the skeleton builders, right?
Yeah.
Like, wanna look at that. This isn't customized. This is just them
Yeah, that's
doing their
stock.
thing.
Yeah.
You see
And
that,
they-
Charlotte? Look at that.
Trying to get it under the light so you can see like some of the weathering and
Just so much detail. They're so cool.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
this is the guy we're kind of basing the skin off of for what we're painting tonight, you know.
So pretty. Yeah, exactly, Greg. The stock detail on them is just unreal.
And there's the little rivets. They paint all that shit.
Yep. That's stock. Charlotte says her baby just convinced her to jump down the 40K rabbit hole. Pretty sure that's what the blue pill is.
40K.
I don't get down with the 40K. They're just so small. Like, they're just little tiny stuff. I don't feel like I would know what to do with that. Now what are you doing?
Just hitting some of these parts that I forgot to get.
With what?
Yeller.
Oh. You're off camera. That's why I missed.
Oh.
My bad.
Yep.
Stripes on the back are horrible.
I just think you need to maybe go over them one more time.
Yeah.
But you stop whenever you're done. You can always finish this next show.
Mm-hmm. I know.
If you don't give yourself a cutoff, you'll be up all night. This.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there.
For tonight.
Maybe if you had one of them wet palettes, you wouldn't want to go all night.
So far, it's crazy.
I gotta clean those stripes up. The blue stripes. I gotta clean those up.
That's okay. It's a good base. It's a good starting point. You can start to see like all the insane details though that is in that white that we couldn't see before as you're going through them.
Yeah, trying to get it to focus on the.
It's focusing
like
behind
here.
you. Yeah. Can you put your hand behind it so it gets away from the?
It's all washed out.
I almost had it right there. Leave it there.
Well, I wanted the angle of the dangle.
Mm-hmm. Still keeps trying to focus on that paper towel.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it a second. Stop moving it so much, too. Like, that's another thing I noticed.
Mm.
Maybe take the paper towel out and see what happens.
The further back I get, it
it changes things.
Start bringing it closer.
You can see the little ridges and
Yep.
little designs carved in there and everything along here.
Yeah, it's really nice. I can't wait to see this finished.
Can we see the back again? Oh yeah, you're right. It doesn't. The light, it's too bright.
Oh,
Picks it up.
it's lagging. There we go. Yeah, because there's like all kinds of
Little things in there.
It's like layered.
So, not next week, but the week after.
You can kind of see some of the ridges in there now.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, and there's like a little sun, and yeah, it's all fucking crazy. There's even more stuff in there. Like, I can't really see it all that well because of the paint.
Well, I think once you finish up what you're planning on doing and start getting into dirtying it up a little bit and putting all those other details on it, it'll pop all that out.
Yeah.
But
so
yes, far,
that's what we got. That's what we got for tonight. I think that's where we're gonna leave it.
All righty.
So, yes. Yeah.
How do we finish this out? Brian?
Yes.
Did you finish what you wanted to finish tonight?
I dusted a few things. I did finish my spreadsheets. I got some mask stuff down here I need to clean before I put it in a bin so I can make room for other things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I ever showed you guys this, but I cleaned this guy off. He's been dirty for a while.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that.
Yeah. I
Very
made
cool.
this when I was in high school.
Very cool.
Little Lego Optimus Prime. That actually transforms. But I'll save that for another show.
Yeah. Okay. Heck yeah.
I'm interested in that. That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Brinkalizer on Instagram. And, of course, tune in here to various Realm of Collector YouTube shows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to the Realm, Breaking the Mold, Figure Banging, and Shelf Gravy.
And I just want to tell Charlotte that if she wants to really check this stuff out, they do have Mythic Legion stuff on BBTS, but you can also go to store-horseman.myshopify.com if you haven't already been there and check out the new stuff that's all pre-order.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah,
probably just went all in.
Yeah. Where can they find you?
Here, JD Brocious in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Of course, all the Shelf Gravy stuff. I have a ton of shit to ship out, so if you're waiting, just bear with us. The holidays kind of
threw a whammy at us, man. Big time.
Kind of took over.
Chances are, if you had shipped it out a week ago or 2 weeks ago, people still wouldn't have it.
Probably
not. So that was another reason why we held out on, holiday shipping time framings were kind of scary.
And Charlotte Andor, I want to give you a little heads up. That Alithia stuff, that's the cheapest that you'll get it, but it's brand new pre-order, which means it's going to be a very long time before you actually have it in hand.
Yeah, at least a year till you have it.
And you pay ahead. So if you want to really wet your whistle with some mythics, I would go grab some from BBTS. You can get them relatively quickly. Relatively.
Yeah. And if anybody out there wants to get into customizing, go ahead and check out My Action Figure Customs. That's where this head came from. Even though you can't order it right now, there's still plenty of stuff that's, you know, up and coming. Keep an eye on his website.
Mm-hmm. If you have any questions or concerns or suggestions, feel free. Hit us up. Where did you say where they can find you?
Where they can find me?
Yeah.
You can find me all over the place. You can find me Chandra Cooper on Facebook. You can find me on ETR Monday nights, right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. You can find me here every other Wednesday doing the ShelfGravy stuff with all these fun fellas. And Thursday nights, you can find me on Total Package Podcast. It's an all-ladies cast, Total Package Podcast channel on YouTube. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else, which is also where ShelfGravy is, all over the place. Please, please, please follow us and contact us if you have any questions. I think that'll do it. So
yeah, next show we'll finish this up and do some trivia and
give it away.
Give that away after all my
hard work,
blinding, crippling work. No, I'm just glad that I can put stuff out there for people. It's awesome. Yeah. So thanks to William and My Action Figure Customs, and thanks to everybody that tunes in. There you go.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Good night.
Bye-bye.